What's up, people? You're listening to the 2 Pro 1 Slow podcast, brought to you by Factory Image Racing. Check them out on Instagram at Factory Image Racing. They offer a huge range of hard parts, service parts, tools, and more.
No. That was a fancy entrance to our new vlog. Very pro.
Are you going to talk into your mic today?
It's already not.
No, I am. I'm all in. Positive. I'm taking the feedback on board, and my chair's very tucked in, and I'm going to talk into the mic.
Good man. No, that was a new entry. We've got a new sponsor.
I heard.
What?
We've wrapped the deal up.
Want to talk about it?
Yeah, I can tell you a bit about it. I'm a bit Mark Zuckerberg though. I didn't really want sponsors. You know, like when Facebook was cool not to have them.
When they paid that much, you couldn't resist.
No. I was in negotiations.
Yeah.
No, negotiations were that they need to give back to the viewers, and they have. We've got giveaways.
Yeah, we've got give. Should we not
Yeah.
pre-discussed what the giveaway was?
I've got it on this piece of paper.
Have you already done it on
this
behalf
episode?
of us?
There's already a giveaway
There's giveaways, and they've give a discount for all of their products online if they use the code 2Pro1Slow.
They've really came in hot.
Should we reveal it now?
It'll be under you on the screen.
Is it permanently on the screen?
Permanently on the screen, but it's Factory Image Racing for anyone that's listening and not watching. They've come on board with us, and they have given us... What have they given us to give away? Giveaway items. We've got gazebos. We have got...
Is this just out at random, and then we're going to pick something to give away from this episode, or is it...
It's we're going to pick one of these items to give away at the end, and then we're going to give them away every week, every episode. But we've got gazebos, we've got pit mats, we've got engraved clutch covers, and we've got titanium engine bolt kits.
Are they already customly engraved, or they get to choose what they engrave?
They'll get to choose.
I would imagine they would get to choose as
they're custom.
I was going to say, because otherwise, if you sort of had a Honda and they went, well, we've got Kawasaki on this one.
No, I think they'll get
I would
to choose.
imagine the Honda clutch cover wouldn't have Kawasaki engraved on it to start off with.
Good point. Fair comment from you there. Good discussion. Fair comment.
I think that'll go down well though. Yeah, you've done well there.
No, so they're. I think we'll do that at the end though. The giveaway.
Do you want to make them wait? Well,
it's just engage. We got to find a way of how they're going to win yet. Whether they comment, follow, or
comment. I like the engagement.
Comment.
Yeah, but on what?
Comment on the YouTube video.
YouTube for this one, I reckon.
Comment on the YouTube video.
We'll tell you what to comment at the end of the video.
There'll be a link in the description, no doubt, and a full list of rules because we haven't figured them out yet.
Do I still need to be closer?
You
two are like eating it.
I've put this guard on it so that you can get a bit closer.
It just hurts my back.
It hurts my back a bit, Lee. I've still got a bad back. Right?
Talk us through your week, Tommy. You've been grinding harder than Nigel Houston as his newest joke.
Which is used twice a day for the last
I've not even mentioned that.
I was going to say it.
You haven't mentioned it today.
I was going to say that, and they sort of spoilt it for me.
Well, I'm sick of hearing it. I edited your CR250 video, and you had 10 goes at an intro on that. But to be fair play, you filmed a bit yourself.
We used a mix of all of them.
Yeah, a bit of a mix of all.
So while we're on that subject, we've had obviously my vlogs have been a bit slow lately because I don't think I've done a vlog since the last one of these. Or a YouTube.
Gale Common, you did 2, which one wasn't really a vlog, it was more of a technique riding.
This was after Gale Common.
Oh, was it?
No, not the talk over one, I don't think.
Well, I don't know then. Anyway, I've been slow, it's been 2 weeks. But I'm not quite on it yet. But I think I've learned, I've made a step with my camera and
improved.
I'm going to try and produce more content. But there's an update on the CR250 build, which has come out better than I thought, really.
It's just gone out now.
That's what I mean. But it'll be up for a day or so.
Yeah, perfect.
So that's online. Actually quite good. There's not much to show of the bike, but all the parts are clean. They're fresh. Wobb's been busy organising parts. He said that's the hardest part of the build. Is finding parts and getting everything together. And then once it's all together, he can get it pretty quickly. So,
yesterday it looked quite good, didn't it?
Yeah, it looked good. And then, other than that,
you went yesterday, and the video's online today.
Quick turnaround time. We do.
Quick time.
You've done well there, Tommy. You've done really well to get that to.
No, I didn't edit it.
Oh, really?
No, Ed done that.
There was someone actually said that if I read a comment on the YouTube, it said, I think it might have been on my YouTube. It said once you figure out editing, Tommy, it'll make you better at filming, and I have to agree.
Yeah, I also agree, which is why I said to you I need to start using my camera and I need to start downloading it to watch the footage so I see where I can improve.
He's done some tutorials, Bill. He's been watching Canon M50 tutorials.
At long last.
He's been YouTubing this week.
Do you watch tutorials now on it all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anyway, I was quite impressed myself.
Right, have anyone got any notes? I've wrote a few
I've
notes.
got a lot of questions for today.
None for today.
Oh, I've got some. Well,
I'm just merely a guest on this one.
on the 2 Pro 1 Slow Instagram, I did about 4 days ago. I did topics, and then today I did questions. So
I
selected a few topics of listeners'
You
topics.
might as well make yourself a brew because you're going to be here for hours by the sounds of it.
Yeah, well, not the amount we'll have to cut out when you start talking shit, pair of you, especially Tommy.
No, we had to cut Billy's stuff last
no,
time.
No, you started showing off.
You started
and
crying.
acting hard. You started acting all hard.
Yeah, mine was funny. You generally had a breakdown.
Make sure you don't put that in, Ed.
Don't put that in the
Can't put that in, Ed.
Well, anyway, so some of the topics, which again, I'm not really a journalist, and I don't want to push it down this journo route, but a lot of people are asking for your Supercross opinions.
We sort of stay away from it a little bit, don't we? Because
you want to get fully involved in it. You keep saying, let's talk about Supercross.
No, because it's like the now, isn't it? That's what's happening. Supercross is on. It's the only form of racing that's happening.
MotoGP, Formula 1.
Well, the listeners will listen to
MotoGP
MotoGP
is
or
actually
Formula
quite
1
good.
podcast.
I don't normally get too entertained by MotoGP, but I
happy.
actually was quite entertained.
Big shout out to Sam Lowe's.
Yes, very well done.
Do you reckon he'll listen? Probably busy, isn't he?
No, he's got a lot of time in between. In Qatar, actually, this is a fact. They got locked in their hotel rooms in between the races, the MotoGP riders, and they all had to travel on a bus to and from together. The whole paddock stayed as a bubble, and Sam spent pretty much 2 weeks in a hotel room.
Oh, bloody hell.
He wants to do it more often. It fucking works.
It was was good.
So he didn't have time to text me back.
Probably playing with Catherine.
That's nuts, isn't it? All that time.
I think he answered my message.
Did he? Fuck.
Come on then, Supercross. Let's start with a bit of that. What's your thoughts?
I've got no real thoughts on it now.
That's
At the time, I wanted to talk about it. No, well, I just think if a rider's struggling, this is what I said. Someone was like, "Oh, why don't you talk about Supercross and opinions on riders?" And I thought, as one, I'm still a rider, so it's not. I don't like to have opinions on people.
Just in case there's ever a
just
designations call up and you're not going to get put through the fence.
No, not that reason at all.
Definitely
not like
that reason.
No, it's not. On the track, I don't care, but I just don't think it's fair because if someone's struggling, there's a reason normally behind it. Like if you got third at
you can
Sea
tell
to Sky,
he's took some slack over the years, hasn't he?
Yeah, like I've took a lot of slack, so I know the position. So when you're judging people, unless you're way out the sport or you're a journalist and you're allowed to, and they sort of go into details, but I don't know the details of riders. So to sit there and then say, well, he's shit this year, he's great, he's shit. There's a reason normally that they're shit. Like if you struggled for a year or so because you thought, and then you're struggling for that reason, some people might just say, oh, Billy's shit, fucking waste of time, space, which we know you are. But like for someone that doesn't know you, shouldn't be allowed to say that.
No, I agree.
Just from
but
opinion.
You can have an opinion on the race.
Yeah, the race itself's been good, I think. Like you can have opinion on the good riders, just don't talk about the bad ones.
Oh, is that how it works?
Well, only talk about the top three.
I think so. Yeah, more of the battle, unless you know someone like that's in it and you can explain their situation.
I'm a solid Cooper Webb fan.
Yeah, I am. But I also like Ken Roxon, but I sort of pushing towards Cooper Webb. He's just sort of...
Coop's just a boy, and you see what he did with when he wore red plate or something and lent it up against Roxon's gate. Yeah, bad boy.
Yeah, that was good.
And then he done the shooter thing a couple of years ago.
I don't think he beat him in that race that he wrote red plate, though.
He's got the red plate now, though, so...
It's on it.
I just think something that he does is unreal. Like the way he can just manage a race and people are behind him and he just doesn't seem to care. And even if they're faster, they still don't pass him. And he's still...
He turns it on when he has to.
Yeah, he's still able to... Whatever. And then at the end of the race, he just gaps them. So, unbelievable. But obviously, he's very headstrong and, I don't know, just whatever he's doing is working, isn't it? But he did struggle as well a couple of years ago, so it's not always... It's not always plain sailing. He's worked hard and now he's winning a championship. But I still think it'd be quite good. The track for this weekend looks good as well.
Sick.
Yeah.
It's a good setup.
It's the biggest Supercross track ever.
Big, like a Supercross
I'm a
track on
Daytona fan.
steroids.
That's a good race as well, normally.
No, have you seen the
Have you
track
not?
this weekend?
No.
No, the
seen
crack.
It's a 1 minute 40 lap time.
It's
all
at a
clay.
speedway again, but like with clay, as like
like
Daytona, but with
Like a
clay.
Daytona.
But
Yeah,
with
but
clay and no
massive.
sand.
Like,
Indoor, outdoor.
Outdoor. It's a speedway.
it'd be longer than most
But it's
MXGP
there's
tracks.
a rhythm section that's the whole length of the speedway.
Is it?
Or like the whole the maximum of area they can
Are they
go.
back to back there, or is it just one round?
3 rounds.
Oh, get in.
Back on after 2 weeks. How long does 2 weeks feel?
does, doesn't it?
After you're used to
Yeah.
Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, then the next you're
Feels
like,
like it's over. Just
I was convinced it was happening this weekend. I
If
was
it
like,
went back
I'm
to
sure
like
it must
1
have
week,
been.
one Saturday night, God, it feel like.
I was convinced
Massive
it
gap.
had been 2 weeks on Saturday. I'm like, no, it's definitely this weekend. And I know it's only been a week since we last had it.
and there's only 5 rounds left, so it's. Are they doing Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday? So then after that, it's just 2 rounds done.
Yeah, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, and then 2 Saturdays in Salt Lake City, I think.
5 rounds left, done.
Mad.
How far is Cooper Webb at this minute in time?
12 points, I think.
I
Still
think more.
close.
I think 14 or 16.
Still close, though, isn't it? Still within a race.
I was listening to Pulp X on the way here, actually, but I forgot the...
Was you?
Because someone told us I got...
Get any ideas
someone
for our
told us-
podcast?
Someone told us I got mentioned this week, so I listened.
Did you?
But it's just on the Michelin advert like it normally is.
No.
Yeah,
Listen
but
to
I
the
remember-
whole show.
No, yeah,
You listened to the whole show
no,
for that.
well, I usually listen to it anyway, to be fair. I'd spend a lot of time in a vehicle drive, and I don't know if you've noticed that, Thomas, so I tend to have a spare 5 hours a week to listen to them lot.
How many hours of driving you done today?
Not that many to do. Just from my house to yours, pretty much, with a couple of stop-offs on the way. Picked up a new van. Very nice. Thank you very much, Leighton Vans.
Just
We're not-
off the van topic last time.
yeah,
That's
we're
where it
not
got
one of the
upset.
Yeah, that's the bit we had to cut the van topic last time. We'll not go there.
Yeah,
though.
let's
No,
skip
not
up,
going
move
there.
on that, and then they didn't keep me here. So not too many, but in the last since we were last here, in fact, no, because we were here after I came back. We touched on my trip away last time we were here anyway.
What have you done since, though?
Just non-stop grinding. I've been grinding more than Nigel Houston. To be honest.
That's a good one.
What about
mad.
Tony Hawks? Because
No,
he's more of a.
I've been.
I used the Tony Hawk one to the missus because I thought she would know who Tony Hawk was, and then it just went over her head, and then I explained it, and then she just says,
Did you try Nigel Houston on her?
"No, she didn't know either skateboarders." Was I was the boy on Tony Hawk back in the day.
Me and Bill have had a day out since our last.
Yeah,
podcast.
we had an enduro ride. You were supposed to come actually, if
Yeah,
I
I was,
remember
yeah.
rightly, and you just disappeared on the morning.
I've been burning the candle at both ends for the last
Oh, here we go. Here's another one. This is another comment we've heard.
Honestly, I've been so busy.
Come on, what have you
I
been doing?
have, I swear. Like, I've just not stopped.
napping, not stop napping.
Yeah.
No, I've
Daily.
not even had daily naps. I had one nap on the Saturday when I should have come to that quarry, and I was even debating coming. I was like, should I go? Should I not? Are they vlogging? Are they not?
Well, we're going
That
riding
would've
tomorrow,
sort
so
of-
come to that.
Nah, I've done the same this week. I'm knackered.
Well, we're doing this early so you can get home and get to bed.
I've been flat out all day as well.
You unplugged.
Am I unplugged? Or am I still in? I stood on it and it pulled me. Sorry, technical.
No, so you done an enduro trip that I was
Well,
quite.
I've my new bike's not new.
No, we didn't.
It's
It
wrecked.
turned out to be that.
Is that your bike there now?
That's my bike, but it's wrecked.
Oh, I just thought that was Billy's.
No, Ed had a
even
full
clean.
day. Ed had a full day grinded. We didn't even film or vlog or do anything. We just grinded.
Waste of a day, sounds like.
No, it was good. It was good fun. There was a lot of people there asking
We just
for
pounded.
where you were.
Yeah,
though.
you. I don't think you're quite ready for the Rochdale vibe yet. It might be a bit aggressive for you.
I must admit, the rocks.
Ed
there
said
are
he
a bit
struggled
like,
with it.
fuck. Every time I go, I feel a bit out of my league. I'm like, fucking hell, you could really hurt yourself here.
It was proper. It was good. Ed,
Do you like going and like showing people where you got at those places?
I
Because
like
you sent
just-
me a video and Ed was like, "Will chuffed to send it to me," and then you sent it to me and it
I didn't send it to you.
didn't impress me. It didn't even hit well on the gram either.
I didn't send it to you.
He was all like, "Ooh, watch me, watch me."
I definitely Ed, did I
No,
send
I
it?
sent it to you.
Yeah, then he did
Ed,
after.
no, I didn't.
He did.
No, I didn't.
No, he did.
I bet you £1 million that I didn't.
Nah, let's not check. Anyway, I'm just fucking... Come on, just go along with it. Fucking film me. You're trying to make me look a knob now.
Because you're trying to make me look like what? What were we on about? No,
On about the jump.
Yeah, I
Ed said
know
it was so steep, and then
was
you
a
went
good-
off and done another
It was a
jump.
good video, but It wasn't anything too amazing.
I was probably stood the wrong side because there was quite a good drop again.
Yeah,
on
it
the
was
bit you
good. I'd
landed
done
on.
something pretty similar before. There was another one I eyed up, which I had half an attempt at, which would be very good, but I decided against it.
When did you? Was
The
no
one,
one there?
the one to the right of it. Do you not remember?
Up the step.
No, the hill I did the jump on, I went from the bottom of it slightly right, and then you might not have seen it. I eyed another one up, which was about 3 times the size of it, and I did about 2/3 of it on my half attempt in third, flat out as I took off, and I thought, it's probably doable, but.
Well, if I come up next time, you can follow me over it.
That'd be good.
Yeah, I've got your enduro weapon behind us. Yeah, I've cleaned it since the last time.
It's on camera as well. It's actually got the main stage. I can see.
Well, I thought, ride
Looks
red.
good, doesn't it?
Keep them happy.
It will look good. It's only been red once.
Twice.
Yeah, I sort of.
No, once.
The problem I have is I need to recover. Something Dobby always taught me. You're either 100% in, you're 100% out. On your days, work hard. If you're having a day off, rest. So a rest day can't be me riding around an enduro bike because I just don't recover.
Why don't you just come and pot? You can potter there and just.
Nah, that's not resting.
Yeah, but it's just a laugh for the lads.
Yeah, I know, but I'm focused. I'm a dedicated athlete.
Focused
Dedicated
for
to
what?
the
You haven't
game.
got a race for another 10 weeks.
No, I'm racing next weekend.
Where?
Hawkston Park.
Do
you want to race?
No, I've heard about that. I've already thought about it, but I'm not here.
Bridgestone Masters.
There's Havrig's on this weekend as well. If you want smoke down there
someone
again.
went last
Scottish
weekend.
Motocross
Havrick said it
again.
was terrible.
It's not a race.
Too
It's
dry.
just a practice week. It's just a practice day. There's a race this weekend at someone else. There's a race somewhere else this weekend, and I did hear about Hawkston, but I'm not here, unfortunately.
Hawkston would be good. It's full entry, I think, now. Anyway, I got the last spot. But
How much did you get for that?
nothing. I'm actually doing it for nothing. No, I'm not even coughing. Just be serious.
That was so.
I think the days where I used to collect start money for little races are gone. To be fair, I don't even ask now.
You just should be lucky that there is races on at the minute, you pair.
No, that's what I mean. I just fancied a warm up race.
I think Mr. Jeffrey Hurlings might be coming to do some British.
No, I hope not.
He might be.
He's
Right,
not.
I've got
He
another
won't do it for
topic
less
anyway.
than- He'll want so much money to come for a British. Now
No,
they're
that's
going
why
to
they
make money.
can't pay you anymore.
They don't pay me anyway. I have to do it.
There's
for my
no.
contract.
Did I read that there's no prize money at British Championships?
Yeah,
anymore?
why would they pay Jeffrey to come when he can't? They're not paying prize money,
How do you feel about that?
and they can't get money in from fans.
I've
To
no
watch
idea.
it.
Yeah, but are they not streaming it? Is that why the thought of bringing Jeffrey in to get more viewers online?
I think they are going to stream it. Don't quote me on that, but
Would that
People
make
would watch
sense?
it if he came. Just make us look like knobs, wouldn't it? Really, he comes, smokes us all, and then we'll just battle the rest of the year like. But he's just smoked us all at the first round, and he's just like.
right. Here's another topic
There's no
for
need
you,
for it,
Billy.
really.
This is a topic about training schools, but Billy's training schools. Have you ever done them? Do you do them? Do you offer any
I've
out?
done them. I should do more, to be honest. I did actually. Tommy put us in touch with the person to
Get the insurance.
get this insurance. So I'm actually could go and do one tomorrow if I really wanted. I don't want to sound like a whinging little bitch like he does, but I just don't have time at the minute. when
Time spent fucking riding around on a mountain bike in woods and stuff. Like, you have time, but
But he's 100% into training for that. You
yeah,
just
no, I
said-
agree. When you're at
Nah,
your level in your career, you don't need to do training schools.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a couple. I was in South Africa over Christmas and I had quite a bit of time off. I did a few there. At some point, it's definitely something I would like to do more of. I do quite enjoy it, and with like enduro and especially extreme enduro, I think it's quite good. It works quite well because there's kind of that many different ways or possible ways of overcoming an obstacle or something. You can get really like improve each kind of individual person's skill rather than, motocross is a bit more like here's
Sort of a set way of doing
here's
it.
the basic like principles which you need to learn, which like I still am learning them, but like when I first started I actually enjoyed understanding them, but it is kind of completely different way of doing it for enduro because there's no point. A guy that physically can't stand up because he's got no balance and just wants to sit down all day, there's no point teaching him how to ride over a log stood up. He might as well develop his sat down technique the best and stuff like that. So I do enjoy it. I just don't have enough time at the minute. But
That would
so
be
in
Tommy. You sit down a lot.
So
yeah, in enduro, I sit down a lot in motocross sometimes.
Sit
but
down off every jump.
sometimes.
I've started to sit down. I've noticed when I've been riding motocross lately, I've sat down off
Seat
jumps a lot
bouncing.
more. No, just I find it weird standing up now. Off like medium,
Like, I
small,
can't whip stood up. I have to whip sat
small
down.
to medium sized ones. The big ones I still like to stand up, but I noticed that Ironworks was there yesterday. Whatever day I was there, the jumps I used to be stood up off. I was
Yeah, because it's effort to get out the seat before the
automatically
jump.
sitting down. I thought, oh fucking hell, I'm getting good at this.
It's all good until you get a kicker sat down. Then you just go, ooh, should have stood up.
Well, because it knows he's off. Where it
Really
shits back.
fucking
You just have a big crash. But then,
Did you
so
have-
enduro,
speaking of crash, I shall bring the crash up later.
what I've met yesterday.
Yes.
I don't know. Honestly, it made me realise how on earth do you go about every day? That's the one thing I got up and
I
just
knew
thought,
this was
fuck,
gonna
that
get-
scared me a
I
bit.
knew
Like, I
this
was
was getting
lucky.
turned on me.
How
I
does
knew
he
it
do
should-
that every day and just crack on and make out it's nothing?
You're not scared of a moment, are you, Bill?
Nah, moments don't tend to bother me too much.
Well,
Fucking
talk us
do
through your
bother me
moment,
now.
then. Talk us through yours yesterday.
Yesterday,
Well, it's on your vlog anyway. Well, someone caught the end of it, didn't they?
yeah, I put it on my. I put it on
you
my.
hit the fence like the rope.
No, I got so lucky. I went in. I must have gone in between the rope, in between the posts.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
there
start
was
from
there
the
was
start.
no rope there.
Was there not?
I don't know. Did you hit the rope? Because I've hit rope
No,
before.
I
and
went
it's
through.
not a nice
I must have gone under the rope, but then the ground opposite the track was raised, so I sort of slid through everything, and was just jumped up and just went, wow.
Yeah, but 1st
I'm
of all,
alright.
you landed with your feet and you blew your feet off the peg.
Yeah, so I'm just doing laps anyway. I was smooth like butter, going around the track. Outstanding lap times, consistent, just unreal, basically. And then all of a sudden, I've just gone, oh my God. And now my legs are over the back of my head. And then I'm on the floor. And I just thought, what happened there? And now I'm sort of glad it happened because I'm okay. And it sort of gives you a little wake up call. You think, because I've felt pretty good on the bike lately. I've been working hard, feel good. And sometimes when I start to feel really good, you almost take your eye off the ball because you think, oh, everything's happening so easy. And I feel smooth and good. And then when you have a bit of a pisser, it makes you realise, like, you need to pay attention because things happen fast. And one lack of focus you can have a big crash. So now it's sort of not slowed me down because I finished riding after the day and felt good still, and confident. But at the same time, think, yeah, you need to pay attention.
Just a little cheeky wake up.
Yeah, a little wake-up call. And it wasn't that I wasn't paying attention when I crashed. I just landed literally a foot off the line, and then it was soft and in like wood chips at apex that had sort of pushed over, and it just blew my feet off real quick. So
Well, lucky you're here to tell the tale.
Any damage to your motorcycle?
no,
Ripped your
nothing.
shirt.
Little scrays on the skirt, on my shirt, not my skirt.
Skirt.
I didn't even have a skirt on.
Not wearing one that day.
No, not that day. Public ride day, wasn't it? I wear a skirt up here.
All right, another topic then. So we just said about MotoGP, but what's your boys' thoughts on road racing was a topic? Have you tried it? Would you do it? Are you into it?
I've done it.
I've never done it.
I reckon you'll be good. I reckon you'll be good watch.
Yeah, watch. I was going to say a good watch.
I've tried to organise days quite a few times. I speak with John McGuinness quite a lot. Actually, he's been trying to get us to go quite a bit. Let a name drop. Club mates with John McGuinness.
Pick that one up. Off the floor.
Been trying to organise a day for quite a while, but it just stars have never aligned, which was maybe a good thing actually. But
Nah, you'd
at
be
some
actually
point-
sound.
No, quite a lot of professional road racers that have made it have started in motocross, haven't they?
yeah, no, I would like to have a go.
All of them.
I think I'm
Not all, but some.
I'm a bit big for any kind of career changeover, but I would.
Yeah, imagine you trying to get tucked in down the straight.
yeah, that probably wouldn't go overly well, but no, I'd like to have a go. I like to watch it. I was always been a fan of it. My dad was a big MotoGP fan when I was a kid, so I've been watching it since I was little. So
It's a good watch. Very good
no,
watch.
that's it. Yeah,
We've done it in Park. Ron has some race score a couple of times, haven't we?
Yeah, we did that. That's good.
who was
We was
fast,
quite
who was
similar,
faster
actually.
out of you two?
Well, what happened was we went with Sam and Alex Lowe's and Leon as well, and there was I think you're only allowed 2 riders per
One
instructor,
yeah.
and then obviously there was me, you, Mel. Was Freddie there?
I can't remember.
There was
Fred
a few
there
of us
one time.
anyway, so I ended up with like a normal instructor, not one of them, and I had to do it with someone that paid to be on the school, so I was a bit.
Right, so
tamed
you
down.
didn't get the same
I
experience.
didn't get but I'm glad I didn't, because all these lot got was Sam and Alex and Leon flat out backing it in sideways, screeching smoke off.
But he probably got more guidance. We just got to follow them.
They
and
just
then
got
watch them
show
show
off.
So it was faster.
Do you know who was actually the fastest? Was Mel.
No, he was not.
It was
Mel Pocock.
Mel Pocock, and then they had to bring him in because, you know, on a road race bike, you
He was
sort of
sticking
lean
his
off
leg
there.
out.
He was nearly getting his leg out, and he's pushing the bike in, and it was going. And the instructor went, "No, stop him because he's going to crash."
I don't think he was faster though than me. There was like they're awful lap time, so like we was like 30 seconds a lap slower than a general rider.
I wouldn't have been. Very
I reckon I'd dust us both.
It was like 55. I think my best was.
I don't remember.
Bearing in mind we went one day.
both on the flat track. I know it's not much to go off.
I'm going to take Tommy's side here. I've
Yeah.
never seen you dusting around the flat track.
We're at fastest time.
Fuck right off.
I was on a CRF 125.
No.
You was on your main race
on
bike.
On the flat track bike. So yeah, I was going to see the.
You nearly said
Oh,
brand.
there was-
the small
Yamaha
one.
flat trackers. We can say the brand. Fuck us. Who cares?
Yes.
I never seen you on the 450 flat tracker.
I was.
On the proper bike,
yeah,
not
on
the pit
prop-
bike.
No, not on the pit bikes. I'm never going to be the fastest
No,
around
no,
that track.
No, you are quite fast. That day where Jake Dixon was up here and you was up here, you was fast.
And I
Wild,
thoroughly
but
enjoyed that. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I would like to have a go on a proper one on like a
Proper flat track.
tarmac
Yeah.
with the dirt on top rather than even the one
No, but they take-
on
they
the odd day. The
Take
one
all the
here.
brakes off for that, properly doing it. Fuck that.
I'd like to have a go at Speedway as well. Actually, speaking of brakeless, that'd be a bad boy.
I thought McGuinness is a speedway man as well.
Yeah, he is. That's been planned about 6 times, and it's either been rained off or delayed or cancelled, or it's.
I'd do Speedway. I don't think I'd be very good at it though.
Sketchy that, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be sketchy.
I don't reckon you'd like that.
No, me either. I think I'd have no control. But saying that, once I get into like mode, I don't need so much brakes. If you feel good, I think it'd just be a bit scary.
I've
It
never
seems like
Yeah.
the faster you go, the easier it is. But to get that speed,
I've never done
Yeah.
it, but I think from to turn them, you've got to
I've
crack
heard,
the
yeah,
throttle.
like revving it does is what makes the back end step out and turn. I've followed Speedy quite closely. There's a track just close to my house. I used to go and watch as a kid, fully dressed in my motorbike kit. How
Really?
cringe is that? Yeah,
What's the track called?
I think it's called. Well, just Newcastle. Brough Park, it's called. It's not. They're not very big. They're only in the Premier League,
What's the main league then?
Elite League.
Oh yeah.
Right, well, I've got one more topic for you, Bill. Well, it's for Tommy, really, but you can
I've
have
got
a go
loads
as
of
well.
questions in a minute.
There's,
I'm impressed. You've come so motivated today.
this
I
is
put a
one.
swipe up earlier. No, I put a question thing on my Instagram.
This is one of my topics, though, because I know I'm sort of fishing it because I know there's some brilliant stories. So anyone that doesn't know Tommy's dad, Mr. Quinton,
This is good.
there is
Have
some.
you met him?
There's some
Yeah,
brilliant,
is that
brilliant
your house?
stories. Come on, give us one
when?
of the.
At my house.
Who's that? Yes, after I've met him before. At
Yeah,
your
but
house.
you wouldn't have got the full sort of.
Talk us
Nah,
through
but
one of the
I've
weekends at a
had
GP.
Brief stories from it. Go on, I'll just let you finish.
Well, I set up this because it's good. Because people say to me, I had a few questions on Instagram last week. How was your, like, how did you get into motocross? How was your dad? Was he a pushy parent? Was he relaxed at the tracks? Or, like, what was your bikes like as a kid? So I'll go through the whole sort of story, really. I just got bikes for Christmas. My dad never raced a motocross bike. He used to do a little bit of go-karting. I'm in the middle of my story and you're popping.
Sorry.
You're having a bit of energy up there.
Yeah, we'll have a coffee now and Rockstar. Gets you. I'm going to be psyched.
Well, I'm going to have a monster
I'm
then.
going to be alert.
God, you won't want to turn this podcast off. You'd
Nah,
be
we're
rabbiting
going to
on.
be talking for
You've had a
hours.
coffee and now a Rockstar.
Had coffee on the journey as well from Woodall Spa.
I wouldn't sleep if I'd done that. So anyway, we got bikes for when we was young. I see what you just done. We got bikes. I was 5. My brother was 9. So I have an older brother. And then we got bikes for Christmas. We just used to ride them around the garden, and then we just went to local races. But my dad was real relaxed with everything. The stories when we went to GPs are good. But then we just raced as kids. Dad never really cared what I'd done as a result. He just, every time I come in happy, there was never any drama as a kid. We never had sort of, he would always try and fix the bikes, make them good, but wasn't the best mechanic. And then,
No, he used to build them up on a pool table
Yeah.
The first time I come to his house, there's a massive snooker table with engines split all across it and like oil seeping into the felt.
Kitchen table, anywhere, just build bikes. Mum's pretty laid back as well, but it just builds stuff anywhere, really. It was
First
mad.
of all, there's a parrot that used to tell you to fuck off as you walk through the door.
That's good. Always got time.
And then
for
a jukebox.
Always got time
We
for
had
a
a
parrot.
jukebox.
that says
Crazy
fuck
Frog
off.
used to come on the jukebox like on repeat because Troy had put it on.
Yeah, Troy was only like 5 at the time.
It
He
was
just put
mad.
Crazy Frog in. But it was a madhouse where I grew up. But we had a little bit of land out the back. It was on like 4 acres. And then I got a digger when we was like 13. So I used to just play in this little 3-ton digger. And I ended up just building tracks. Sort of had quite a good Supercross track, didn't I?
Yeah, that was one of the first times I came down there. There was like about, I don't know, 2 tyre widths because he was saving the dirt. So he'd build a jump that was like just wide enough to hit and then use the dirt for something else.
Yeah, dirt was short.
Was it short on dirt, weren't you?
But we need to get there's a Mini Warriors from Gary Price, isn't there? We need to get that and put some footage
Not
somewhere.
Many Warriors, it's called Next Generation.
Next Generation. The Next Generation one. You can't even find it on YouTube. I've looked, but
I think I've got the DVD still.
Yeah,
I feel like I've seen something.
There is some Next Generations, but
There's one from when you were quite small, hitting like a sketchy looking set of whoops.
yeah, that's the Next
Oh, is that
Generation.
it? I've
yeah.
seen it.
I built them wheels. I used to build everything in a digger, honestly. I was fucking so good in the machine when I was young. It didn't need to start. I used to have to go around the back, lift the bonnet up, prop the bonnet up with like a shovel, undo the fuel pump. There was 2 screwdriver things. Pull that off, pump it up, or suck some fuel through it, pump it, chuck it back on, run round, fire it up, and then fire it up, and then I'd have to screw it in after. Every time before I used to went in the
You're very
digger.
excited who's telling that story.
Well, now I'd just go, fuck, I'm not driving that fucking thing. Don't start. Get someone out, and that'd be it. But then I used to
In
do it
fact,
all
your digger
myself.
who was getting serviced
I
at
was
the end
going
of
to
last
say,
episode
that
runs
just
a
like
dream
you
now.
did
Does it?
last
Yeah,
time.
it runs a dream now.
Yeah.
Do you know
And
why there was a problem with that?
No, yeah, and then afterwards he goes, after the fuel filter had been cleaned, he goes, oh yeah, I did know that there was a clump of mud fell in the tank. I
Yeah.
remember that
There was
now.
twigs in the fuel line, mate, he said, and you drove it with the fuel cap off.
Yeah. That was a bad day,
So
really.
you're just like your dad.
Yeah, and anyway, so then we used to go to, and then he started, so we went through all the schoolboy career anyway. I used to win the nationals and stuff, and then rode for Team Green, that was good. And then I made a big step up to Molson Kawasaki, and then everything got quite professional. I had my own mechanic, good team, and made quite big steps real quick compared to like the riders that I was racing against all my schoolboy career. And then it used to be me and my dad just going around GPs. I was only 16 in my first year, so I used to live at Jamie's, and then my dad would come to a lot of the GPs, and I'd sort of meet him at airports, get dropped at the airport, and then sometimes fly and meet my dad, and I'd just be waiting at the airport the other side, and he'd be like, I've missed my flight. And you're just like, oh no, and I'm like, oh, what do I do now, sort of thing. I'm just stuck at an airport, and then I'd find someone with like a motorbike sticker on their jacket, and I'd go like, are you going to the MXGP? And then they'd be like, yeah. So I'd jump in a car. There'd be other times where we're at the airport and he just calls like, oh, van's broke down, missed my flight again.
Honestly, Bill, there's stories are endless. He used to get Jen to pack his backpack, and he'd turn up to a race, and this would be like when Tommy's on Factory KTM, he'd come down in the morning with a T-shirt on, like a crop top, because Jen had packed Troy's T-shirt.
He'd just go, fucking hell, like, what's happening? He's like, she's packed me the wrong fucking T-shirt.
We used to have to go to the KTM stand, buy him a hoodie, buy him a T-shirt, like anything. Sometimes he'd have a rat tray top on because that was all they had inside.
Yeah,
Oh, that's so
honestly, he'd just be like, Mum's packed me the wrong fucking T-shirt again. So he's got my little brother's T-shirt on, was 10 at the time.
Brilliant.
And then every weekend, what time are you out? I said, the same. The schedule's not changed, Dad, for like 4 years now. Like, it's the same. I race at 10, 1 and 3. All right then. Half an hour. When you out? I said, still the same. And then you'd come back from the race, you'd go back and he'd be like, how was that? And I'd go, yeah, good. You go, where'd you finish? And then I'd be like, 10th. He was like, oh, right. I said, you not watch? He was like, I fell asleep.
He'd fall asleep on a bin with his hand on it.
And then someone would be like, are you looking for your dad? I was like, yeah. Oh, he's asleep in the middle of the track, like in the centre infield.
He was far from pushy though, wasn't he? Because literally that was it. Like, no matter if you had a bad weekend, good weekend, anything like, how'd you get on? Oh, 5th, 10th, last. Oh, that's all right.
In Czech Republic and Bulgaria a couple of times, 2 GPs. I remember waking up in the morning, walking down, because I'd stay in the same hotel room as him. One time I went down and he was sat, I went down, had breakfast, still no dad. So I was waking up in the middle of the night like, fucking dad's still not back. Like, he'd gone out for a drink in the bar. Woke up like 3 and I'm like, dad's still not home. 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh, dad's still not back. Like, fuck, I wonder where he is. And then go down to breakfast, then I go to the car and he's just fast asleep in the car. And I said, why didn't you come to the room? He's like, oh, it's late. I didn't want to wake you up. Oh. So he slept in the car. And in Bulgaria, I've gone to breakfast. He's not there. I've gone to the car. He's not there. There is no car. And then, so again, I've just said to someone, can I get a lift to the track with you? So they're like, yeah. And then I get there and he's just sat in the awning at the tent at Molson. He's like, all right, sleep well? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, where are you? He's like, oh. He's like, couldn't find a hotel. Went to a bar. He's like, couldn't find it. I could only find my way back to the track. So I just slept in the car at the track.
Honestly. And even if you was in the car and you made it in the car, chances are he'd go the wrong way. I think he was doing like 30 miles the wrong way towards the track, weren't you? That's to get a lift there.
He'd be like, I've been working all week. I've come here to have fun. This is your fucking job. You should have found the way out. I'm like crying in the passenger seat, like, oh, please turn round. And he said, no, you told me to go this way. I'm going this way. And we're just going the wrong way. Like, we're just carrying on down the motorway. And I'm like in tears going, the track's back there. And he said, well, you told me this way.
Honestly, unbelievable. Have I ever told you about the time when he flew to America with me?
No.
Got 12 hours you got to fill in your ESTA cards and all your green forms.
Every time he does that.
Get off the plane, go into passport control. We're like the next person up. I said, Quint, filled all your stuff in? No. Like, what do you mean? Like, you're not filled in your passport? No. So I'm leaning against his back, filling it in, saying, like, read me your passport number. Fucking every time. A pain in the arse.
He'd just fall asleep on the plane and he'd never have anything. He used to put his backpack on backwards.
Oh, it's great.
Never have
backpack over one shoulder, off he went, boom, away you go.
That was him.
He'd just pick a bag up off the side, like, he'd just leave the house. There'd be a bag packed for him, Mum had packed it. He could have picked up Troy's bag or anyone's bag, there'd just be a bag. And he'd just pick it up and off he'd go, and he wouldn't open it till like the next morning in the hotel. And it's just a surprise.
Is your dad the same, Bill?
No, he's a bit.
You must have some stories. I've seen him. He's a wild man.
My dad's a bit more structured, a bit more.
Is he?
He's not structured, but not quite on them levels. He's got his own. My dad was. He just had to do something wherever we went. Like would be packing the van to go to a world round or whatever, or be going away. I'll just say there's like a world round in like trials. This is. Like, well, there'll be one in Andorra, then one in France, or like one in Spain, and then one in France next year. And we'll be packing the van. I was like, oh, 1 sec. And then he'll just disappear into the garage and come out with a fucking welder. I'm like, what are you doing? You don't need to take your welder with you. You do. You never know. You might need it. Someone might fucking need it. I'm like, no, you don't. The van's full anyway. And just like, we're having this, we used to fight quite a lot, man. Well, we still do. Like,
really?
Friendly. Like, if you looked from the outside, you'd think, they're getting at it. But actually, it's just how we talk to each other. But no, you definitely don't need your welder. And he'd be like, oh, we do. So he put his welder in the van. Wherever we went, he had to have a welder with him.
He likes a power tool.
In his box of power tools and all sorts.
He's a wild man with power tools.
To his credit, he's very good. He's got a lot of people out of a lot of situations with this welder. Really? Yeah, like I remember that one time it was first round was a world round in France, and we turned up like a trial. He turned up on like the Thursday, practice on like the Friday, then we had Saturday, Sunday. So we turned up on Thursday, and we got there quite early, and was helping. I was riding for Scopa at the time, so they're helping set the truck up for the tent, and then I can't remember another brand's awning, like they literally just put it up and it snapped off. As they like put it up, it was just like a fucking free fall. This awning fell over, and he's like, "Oh, fucking brilliant!" Fucking sprinting to the van to get his welder out, and so he's there. So that was the first night. Yeah. Mig there. I think he was an arc welder actually. He arced their leg back on their own and off the truck for them. The next day, one of my friends, because in trials there were snap frames quite often.
You're going to say, did you weld your bikes together?
Yeah. So the next day, one of my friends, I think Arno for one of the Spanish lads on a gas. He snapped his foot peg mounts clean off. So then the next night he's got his welder out again. The second, been there 2 days, he's had his welder out twice. And that day I remember it was in this proper like mountain village in France, like quite high up, like one of them villages where just other than that trial happening once a year, nothing happens in the village. Anyways, the paddock was like in the town, and he's there. Arcing up on, like on the sides of houses, you have like some people have like the metal thing sticking out the ground to scrape their shoes if they've got like mud on the shoes or whatever. Is there arcing up on that? Doesn't have a mask on or nothing, just sparks flying everywhere, welding ladders frame back together. And this old guy who must have been about 70 just opens his front door. My dad didn't even realise, and this guy's just watching him, sparks flying off his doorstep. He's like 2 foot away from this guy's front door.
Oh god.
Welding the frame back on that one. And then, I think I snapped my frame the next week. There was a world round in Spain the next week. I think I snapped the frame there and then he welded it. He just
the welder come in handy.
Yeah, and bodging stuff, he's like, I've snapped frames and stuff up in the middle of trials, and he's
good at fixing.
He had like a sheet of aluminium and a set of rivets that wouldn't go anywhere without a sheet of.
He sounds like he's switched on.
He's good. He's very clever.
Yeah, he
to
sound
be fair.
more. Quinn couldn't do that.
He's a fixer. He's definitely a fixer. Like the amount of times people have come up to him and be like, "What fix this?" And he's just like, and then he whinge like fuck about it. He moans like mad about whatever he does, but he actually loves it. Like he just, fucking shit, what a pile of shit this is. But he's there fucking smiling away to himself.
I've seen Quint use a tool at a race.
What one?
A hammer.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
Do you know what he used the hammer for? Lost his van keys. got back to the airport.
That was at the airport.
Yeah, got back to the airport after the race. Forgot the van keys. Tommy's got his van there with all his practice
He's just
tools in.
walked up to it.
Side door open, hammer. Side window, smash. I've got a spare one in here. Look, just drove off with a smashed window.
That was at Luton.
I remember.
Looked like he'd nicked it.
I think he even done it. He smashed his window, and then he drove out the car park without paying.
I can't remember.
Brilliant. I remember I wrote the tyre and a wheel off on a hire car once in Spain. It was the first time I ever drove on a left-hand drive car. And I was there driving, thinking, I was only probably just turned 17 at the time anyway. I think I hadn't even passed my test. I was still learning anyway. I was driving to pick them lot up from the pub. Anyway,
Is this on a trial weekend?
Yeah, on a trial. It was at Santiago's a 3-day trial, which is quite a big popular trial. Anyway, it's over Easter weekend. So anyway, I clipped this curb and just wrote off the inside front wheel. Like,
what? No insurance? Well, not even.
Well, it wasn't even my car, hire car. And anyway, I thought, great, puncture. I put the space saver on, whatever. So I'm riding the next day, and
hang on, we've got somebody's trying to show me something here.
I hope this is important to interrupt in my story. This is a good story.
No, this is the sponsor for my.
It's the sponsor. He's trying. He's
and I put the vlog up, and he's watched it, and he's like, "That's the nurse."
Oh, you got good feedback. Okay. Anyway,
Tour band Max.
No, you can have it.
No, it's okay. That's enough.
So I wrote this wheel off, got the space saver on. I thought, oh, great, this is cost a fortune. This is just.
Who were you going to pick up? Your dad in that?
Yeah, like my dad and one of my sponsors, PC Folk Trucks, who give us the old van. It was actually his hire car, I think. So clipped the curb, wrote it off, got to them, and I've had a bit of an incident with blah blah blah. So I'm riding the trial the next day, and my dad was driving around in the car, like following around, just meeting around like the fuel stops and stuff. And he goes, I've found a garage. But Easter weekend, and it's like in Spain.
What's his garage to fix it?
No. Well, he's found a car garage. That's what he's found. Right. So it's Easter weekend in Spain. Everything's shut. No garages open. Nothing. But he'd been over the fence looking through the skip.
Oh, fucking hell. He's found all the bits.
Looking through the bins on the back of the back of this car garage in Spain, and he said, "They've got a tyre that'll fit. I'm going to go back and pick it up this afternoon."
So fixed it then.
So he'd got himself a tyre out the skip at the car garage, filled the wheel in with rad weld, and then the on the way to the airport, Barcelona airport, that was on the Tuesday, and things were open again. He went to one of them, them Chinese shops that just sell everything, and got himself some silver spray paint and touched the wheel back up and. drama-free, hassle-free return of the hire car.
I've got quite a good hire car story as well from my dad. My dad came to Volkenswald to watch Tommy and was late for his flight, so he drove it straight to the check-in desk, basically, give the keys to a taxi driver and went, return that for me.
And give him some money.
And give him €50, €100, and the bloke never returned the car.
Oh, that's good. That went down really well.
It went down really well.
He
got blacklisted from Hertz.
Oh, that would
it went missing, down. And then when he told them, they rang him up and says, "What have you done with the car?" And he said, "Oh, I'll give it to a taxi driver late." And they went, "You've done what?" Yeah, not good, no good.
That was good. I remember that.
Not recommended if anyone was ever thinking of just leaving a hire car.
I've got some questions there myself here.
Okay, you can take over now.
You're changing the subject.
No problem.
No, I just thought we're moving on.
Okay,
well, we've still got topics.
Well, my phone's going to die. That's why I just thought I'd read these questions out quick.
Let him have his go.
No. I've not checked the questions, so I'm just going to read through as we go.
Is this on the 2 Pro or your
absolute bullshit that you've not checked the questions.
I've literally got them up here in front of me. There's fucking thousands, mate.
Are these Patreon questions?
No, I've just put a question thing on Instagram.
Oh, right. Come on.
Would you let Billy coach at one of your training days?
Yeah, because you haven't read these questions. That wasn't preempt.
That's 4. That's number 4. I just see your name, so I thought I'd read it. Well, I don't know. Obviously, you can ride motocross. Your technique's getting a lot better now.
Thanks, Tommy.
Well, you're good at motocross.
Yeah, no, I feel I've got quite a good understanding. Obviously, I have my moments occasionally.
I think he's got a good understanding of bike setup.
I think not all of them. Granted that there's times when I'm a little bit out of control, but I often, most of the time, I'm riding an enduro bike as well, which gets a little bit sketchy when you're on a motocross track. When you're going fast. It's also with enduro tires as well, which I would say that probably
definitely
that's maybe 50% of my moments. The other 50 are just a little bit still over ambitious, I would say.
Blame the tires.
Yeah, no, I would let you coach. I wouldn't pay you. That is a fee, but I'd let you come on. What about you and Billy Boy? What about you and Billy Boy wildcards at Matterley? Personally, obviously, it's a bit like me saying, would I wildcard at Sea to Sky in the main race? No.
Yeah. I'd have
Matterley's difficult. Would you actually?
I'd go in like an AMX class.
Oh, just no, not the MXGP.
Well, that wouldn't go out. That would be pointless.
It's difficult,
but I'd have a go in an AMX class or something just for the crack.
I don't know. I can talk to Dave. I'll see how I get on at the first few British rounds. If I'm getting smoked at the British, there's no point in me doing the GPs. But if I feel good, I may have a go at the GP still.
Get your 96 CR250 and enter it.
Yeah, go.
That's a good
AMX
excuse, isn't
two-stroke.
EMX 2-stroke on the 96.
You and Ando can
it'd be actually ready. Other. Well, hopefully our rounds don't clash with the GP, which I shouldn't think they will. It's not fully dead in the water that I won't race it, but it's probably, I'd say 30% chance. Maybe 40.
Depending on your shoulder.
No, shoulder's better now.
Got a bad shoulder.
Top 5 tips to anyone starting motocross. Just keep riding and enjoy riding's my main tip. Just do one.
I've got a tip.
Don't start.
Don't hang around with you two because you just feel inadequate whenever you get on a motorbike.
No, I think you've improved without riding.
What, me? Just watching?
Yeah.
Fucking no. Not motocross.
What's been my hardest challenge in my career?
Am I not allowed to give a tip?
You don't want a tip?
Am I not allowed to give a tip out?
He asked for 5, we only give him 2.
You give him 2 and just bypass
go on,
me?
you go, sorry.
I was actually deep in thought, actually. I was trying to give a really good answer, but I couldn't.
Rarely you do that.
Yeah. Don't know.
Starting trials?
Nah, well, I think trials helps everything, but...
Trials helps with... Stefan Everts used to ride a lot of trials.
I think you do...
Just have a good crack.
Yeah, have a good crack.
Trials helps hugely with enduro, especially...
Yeah, enduro definitely. Motocross, I think, not as much, but if you can kind of understand trials and then forget about parts of it as well, it helps. But motocross, point your toes in.
Because point your toes in?
Yeah, because then it sticks your ass up and then you got full use of your legs.
No, I do agree with that. It's a good tip.
People don't realise that even in enduro how important that is, how the physics works, and then once you kind of explain it, doing that, and then it means you can move and weight the pegs and stuff.
It's a later vlog, isn't it, for us? We're going to do...
Physics. We're going to go deep into physics.
No. You're going to do You can come on one of my days and I do a little bit of tips, and you come on I could enduro and you give me some tips and see if it helps me get over there. We can just do it up there.
Well, that's easily done. The weather's actually, should have done that this week if we were on it, but we've been busy, to be fair.
I've been flat.
We could do it Sunday if you want.
I'm not here Sunday. I'm leaving at 3 a.m. to go to Italy.
Oh, are you? Oh, we'll need to touch on that later. We'll come back to that after Tommy's done.
Do you ever suffer from a sugar come down from all the amount of energy drinks you chug?
Never.
If I do, I just have another energy drink.
Yeah. What's the part coming down? You might as well steal.
Yeah.
That's a clip. That's a great cut.
You'll probably see that bit on the 2 Pro 1 Slow Instagram. I like how Billy's
Alex Rack's done one. Who's the fittest rider you've ever trained with? Who's fit now in the gym is Alex Lowe's. He's very fit, very hard working, intense.
Well, that's you train with like a variety in your height of your career, didn't you? You had like you was training with Kirk, and there was probably
Alex
5 to
Lowe's
10 athletes,
and Sam Lowe's and Leon Haslam. They all train with us at Kirk Gibbons.
Ty Woffenden as well.
Ty Woffenden. There's quite a few riders in the past, but throughout my career, in training, I've tried everything. I've never really left much on the table. I moved up with Dobby, and then I trained with Kirk Gibbons for years, really, till I moved to America. When I went to America, I then used the trainer that trained Tyler Rattray, a South African guy called Russell White, and his son Tyrone White. And then I trained with them because Tyler beat me that year in the World Championship, and Russell White's son lived in America, so I trained with Tyrone.
That wasn't the question.
No, but I may as well go on training. I think that's quite an interesting subject. And then when I come back, the second year in America, I sort of struggled a little bit the first year of arm pump, and Ty moved back to South Africa, so I had Kirk come out. He's staying with me for a couple of months. I was training with Kirk again. And then I moved back to Europe, went back with Kirk, and then when I went to MXGP, my second year, I went to Loughborough University and decided to have a little change, trained there for a year. And then I went back with Kirk again and done a little bit of the stuff I'd learned at Loughborough on the side. And then one year I trained with Russell White's son again, but his other son, Sean White, the year I was at Boss Kawasaki in 2019, because again, I wanted to change it up a little bit and I never wanted to feel like I always done the same thing and that I couldn't reach my potential, and would I have done something different? What?
Fucking hell, it's just the Tommy Searle show.
I was going to say.
I just thought it's quite interesting, that subject.
I just fell asleep.
Quick fire questions we like.
Yeah, fuck the questions in.
Nah, you've put them on a right.
I just thought that's quite a good subject with training. I think people would enjoy that.
I think what people would enjoy more is what you did rather than who you did it with. Like what?
Yeah, but like
what? Okay, what was most beneficial to training? If someone's wants to improve motocross, some kid or whatever, what's one piece of training? One piece of training that you would most recommend?
You're going to recommend.
Skipping?
No, you're going to recommend
elastic bands
long
on the
and
shoulder?
steady.
No,
that's all you keep fucking harping on about now.
No, it's not. When
Yeah,
you're young, I think you
long
can
and
get
steady.
away with doing real intense stuff. Like that's what I've done with Kirk, and that's how his way of training. And then when you're getting a little bit older and you start carrying little injuries, sometimes you need to take the intensity down whilst training and be intense on the bike, but long and steady on other
This
bits.
topic, it makes you feel clever, doesn't it?
Fuck you. I'm going to leave in a minute.
Oh, God.
Oh dear. Come on, give us another question.
I'll give some questions that you can answer, because I've hogged that a bit and that's a bit much.
Do you reckon?
Why is Billy so much better at everything than you?
Good question.
That was from you.
Was it fuck? How much better is it though? Do I have to keep stopping for the camera?
Oh yeah, we
We forgot to mention that upgrade actually. Ed's reinvested.
Yeah, I have.
For your viewing pleasure.
And some form of recorder down there.
I just don't want to talk no more.
Come on, Thomas.
Come on, you got your question.
You'll be all right.
You scrolled past shitloads here. Let me have a go. Let me read some of yours.
He's what's the word? Something picking.
Selectively picking.
No, there's a proper word for it. He's
What's the biggest thing you've blagged being a pro? That's a good question. Jesse Peterson.
I don't know. Santa Cruz at the minute.
This geezer's a blagger.
I'm a
Billy.
good blagger.
Yeah, he blags.
Well,
Well,
like the free air.
Oh, that's a perfect time. It's a perfect, lovely temperature in here at the minute, isn't
it's
it?
set to 21 degrees, Bill.
We're
Just
on 21 degrees.
talk us through how we've come about getting our selected temperature.
In one of my videos, which you'll find on my channel, it's pretty informative actually. It's about the Husqvarna
300 TPI one, isn't it?
T300, how to set it up and stuff like that for hard enduro. Very informative video. Anyway, on there I do mention it's rather cold. It was rather cold in Ed's garage, and one of a guy, he actually used to help us a little bit when I was riding trials back in the day. He messaged us. He does air conditioning, and said he can sort out the temperature of Ed's garage if we want. And I said, crack on. So big thank you.
We've got hot and cold, haven't we?
Hot and cold air, DC refrigeration and air conditioning. Big shout out, Danny Big Hands.
We'll put a link in the description.
Link in the description is probably going to be. We'll give him a little.
Why Danny Big Hand?
He's got big hands.
He's proper. You want to see how quick he fitted that?
He's got big hands, and did you notice?
Well, yeah, he's got to lift that unit up there, but it was good.
Have you named him that, or has he already named that?
That is kind of his name. He's got a few names actually. He's a bit of a lad, to be fair. He's a good lad. One of the trials hardcores.
Oh, you knew him before the vlogs?
Yeah, no, he's from trials. He's
Let's hear about your biggest blag then.
I don't really blag nothing.
bullshit.
I don't. I just pay for stuff.
Because no one will give you anything. You try first, then you pay.
Yeah, I'm trying for that GoPro still.
Have you got a GoPro?
Okay, he's not replying to my messages anymore.
So there's a bit of a backstory here that Billy got a GoPro from GoPro UK, and Tommy has been asking for ages and ages.
No. Do the proper backstory. Tommy did have a fantastic opportunity.
Yeah, I sort of had a GoPro deal
to really develop something good there.
This was 5 years ago.
Back when before I'd improved Tommy as a human being, he got himself a GoPro and a pretty good opportunity.
No, they just said, here's some cameras.
He just fucked it off and lost everything and didn't produce anything. So now
and then in the meantime, another camera company says,
I'll
give you a couple of grand to post up some pictures. So I was just like, well, a couple of grand.
You also jumped ship for 500 quid.
Well, I only had to post a few posts, and I thought, I jumped ship.
So do you want
pictures, now I want GoPros again.
Do you want to do a little quick shout out?
Your heart out. Look directly into the lens
UK.
of the camera and just say,
no, I'm not bothered. I'll just
GoPro
buy one
UK.
now. I told you yesterday, just buy one.
What, you want me to buy one?
No, I said just you buy it because you know all the camera stuff I need with GoPro.
Just have one last go. One last go down the lens.
No, because they won't watch this. I've given up hope now. I've messaged him and I keep liking his pictures. It was a GoPro competition the other day saying win a GoPro, and I tagged him in it. It said tag 3 friends, and I just tagged him
3 times.
Oh, that's mint. Let's have a look. What else we got? Have you 3 ever argued or fell out?
Yeah, me and Ed have had fallouts over the years.
Have you?
Yeah, couple.
Good.
Nothing. No long.
No, not good.
Just a big
round
round.
me up once.
Just a big
hot.
effing and jeffing.
Put a hot spoon on my back once.
Yeah, and then you poured a hot cup of tea straight over me.
Yeah, I threw the tea over him. A couple. Well, we've been friends for years and years and years. You know, fallouts.
Yeah, we've had a few.
Yeah, but I think all of us are like personalities where we don't really hold grudges.
I don't hold grudges with anyone.
I don't really think since I've been that sounds weird to say, but since I've been an adult, I don't think I've actually fell out with anybody.
No, me either.
I haven't got time. Just fucking get on
Pointless,
with life.
innit?
Yeah,
Just
get on with it.
Yeah,
cool or you're a dickhead.
Mm.
Yeah, and if you're a dickhead, just won't speak to you again.
Yeah, just don't talk to people if I don't like them.
Yeah, fucking.
Top 3 UK tracks that you race on. These are all questions for you, really, because they're on your thing. Let me get my ones up. Answer that one while I get some more.
I'm not that fussed on tracks, to be fair. Like, I just race what's in front of me. Desert Martin's obviously good. Matterley Basin's good. Ling, nice track.
Right then.
If Western is going ahead this year, will you guys be doing it? Billy will, because he gets big paycheck for it.
It's not true.
You do, don't you?
I have a good relationship with Cav.
Yeah.
No, Western, with or without being paid to kind of promote it and push it, is
No,
my
you say
favourite
me.
race. Nah,
Yeah.
it's so good.
I say,
honestly
Billy,
love
what's your
Western.
favourite race? And he goes, Western.
It's so good. I love it. I honestly ride around all of Western with a smile on my face. It's just carnage.
I'd like to do it, but I'd like to just join in
It's
after
fucking-
the first lap, after they've all done.
Yeah, you'd be
the
scared on the start.
The start.
Why don't you just let everyone go?
Yeah,
I did that last. I tried that last year. It's,
Billy
it's difficult.
did that.
It's difficult to win doing that.
It's hard to come back.
Well, not when you cut half the track first. Like you did.
Give over. Give over.
Right, there's another
It was
question.
the year before everyone was complaining about course cutting. Anyway,
Mel cut the track anyway, but that's another story.
I followed Mel cutting the track.
There's
You
a
So I couldn't- so everyone did that. Yeah, pretty much.
there's a question here. Why is Ed's bike not in the shot? His new Husky from Redline KTM is the bollocks. It is the bollocks. Redline KTM did sort me out a good deal,
And it's now in the shop.
and it's here. And you sorted me some stickers, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Backyard Design. Great stickers. Stick on anything.
Hey! Mother plugger.
No, they are good stickers though. www.backyarddesigns.co.uk.
You can actually make the Kex ones on there now.
You can. There's
As a
graphics
logo,
on
at
there.
Yeah,
long
you
last.
can-
We've
yeah,
only
and
been
use-
saying that'd be a good thing to do. For
You can use
6
my
months.
bike.
Logo on there. New hat. Out
Oh
now.
yeah, white hat.
Oh,
That's pretty much sold out now.
I was hoping there was going to be some clothing for you, but it's not. It'll be next
No,
week.
I was
So
hoping to pick some up.
Kex clothing. We've got
Big things.
6 hoodies, 10 t-shirts, raincoats.
All
Loads.
right, I was plugging my sponsor.
Oh, go on, get back to it then.
On the website, in the online configurator, you can make your own graphics, completely your own style. You don't have to call anyone up and say, all right, mate, I want this on my bike. And then he sends you a picture and you go, nah, it's not right. And then he sends you a note, nah, it's not right. You just make them yourself, press order. They turn up at your house a week later. Simple. It's the future.
I've got a question here that I'd like to ask, but I'm going to just let you read it just to save myself and maybe having to cut this part of the vlog first. So just read that on there.
Nah, because that's awkward, isn't it?
Well, you definitely can't.
It's brilliant. though.
Definitely can't say it.
Which one? The one
You wouldn't with your missus 'cause you're a little bitch.
that you're
Start
acting
crying
hard
again.
again. Is that you're acting hard again? Look at Ed making notes. We just had to, if there seems to have been a bit of a strange jump from what was going on before, we just had to do
Is
a
this
little
your
bit
one
of
now, right?
a cut section because
Well, we've got to act a bit more professional because we've got sponsors.
we got a
as well.
sponsor now.
Factory
Factory
Image
Image Racing. Thanks for bringing you this podcast on the next few.
Yeah. Don't forget, we've got a giveaway coming at the end as well.
Giveaway coming at the end.
TS 100 VS Ed around Billy's Enduro track.
We've done this last week. I'll piss you
Ed.
Yeah, Ed, okay.
Ed.
all day long. I'll beat you on the mini bike round there.
No, I know
You can
would.
select any bike you want.
Yeah, I know you're better than me at Enduro. Extreme Enduro. I'd beat you at a normal Enduro.
Why don't we enter a 2-man, me and you together?
Yeah?
Have you got someone you could enter with, Bill?
I'll do it by myself. I am on it.
Oh, yeah, you do the whole thing and me and Tommy, 2-man. Well, obviously you're going to beat us, but
I don't know.
That'd actually be quite. I'd video it. I'll vlog it.
that would be good. But you got to do all the spannering and mechanicking yourself.
Yeah, I like spanning. I do actually enjoy it.
Come on,
Especially in a race
3
environment, it
hour-
gets all Larry. And
3 hour hare and hound. I'm saying Billy first, Ed second, Tommy third.
Nah,
he's
I
third.
reckon Tommy would be Ed and Harry.
you beat me at a hare and hound. That's
Definitely.
more out and out speed.
3 hours, you might get no. That's true. Ed can just cruise for 3 hours, no problem.
I can plod.
Ed's just one speed.
It
Have you
depends
got
whether
any
you got
future
stuck
plans for
there.
vlogs?
That was Ed for 3 hours.
Have you got any future plans for vlogs, Billy?
I've got a massive backlog of vlogs that need sorting out. Actually,
Have you?
yeah, I got big
Wish
stuff.
I did.
I'm still on Sardinia, which I was actually in Sardinia about fucking 3 months ago. Now I've got a big backlog. I videoed one with my sister. I took my sister enduro riding last week.
No, that'd be quite good.
Yeah, apart from
You've got a your idea is to make some
Oh,
race preview
yes,
vlogs.
Don't give that away. There's some other rival YouTube channels might jump on that idea.
Nah, no one's got the editing skills.
That's true. Yeah, so I've got, that's the main thing I've got planned, is to do some previews for the WES races that's coming up, hopefully soon. I spoke to a few people today, and they're very certain that the WES Championship is going to go ahead unaffected. Well, maybe it's affected in terms of like spectators and stuff like that, but races will happen.
That is your plan, in it? The next
So, yeah.
2 weeks is photo shoot?
So I'm going back to Italy next week, and we've got some testing and photo shooting and stuff. And then I'll probably Lagares is 2 weeks after that, so I'll probably just stay in Italy and train. So
you're actually racing soon then?
Yeah.
First weekend of May.
First weekend of May.
Same as mine.
Is it? No, yours is. That's like the second, isn't it? Mine's actually the second weekend. Is that the second or the first round you've got? 2nd of May. Did I read that?
Second, yeah.
I think mine's like the.
No, on the first weekend of May. On the 2nd, I think it is.
Yeah, I think mine's actually the 6th or the 7th. No, that can't be right.
Unless you're actually
Must be the 9th.
racing, that's good.
Must be a 9th and 10th if yours is the 2nd.
Do you feel confident going in?
Yeah, I do actually. I've been riding pretty good. I'm happy with my bike and made some actually good steps on that last year. And we only got one actual international race last year, which was a bit annoying because obviously I had a
Seed to Sky.
About 2 if you can't see the sky, but one of like the actual, because Sea to Sky isn't a world championship race, so it's just a one-off. But yeah, obviously I had a very good winter doing Super Enduro, and I won all the British Championship races. And yeah, apart from that first Super Enduro one where I landed on my head, did pretty good in the rest of them. So I had actually a lot of momentum last year, but then had a COVID break, which annoyed us. So I'm actually looking forward to getting back racing on kind of a regular schedule.
Is Lagares sort of the same as it's always been, day in the streets?
Yes, I think so. Although I heard that might not happen, but I'm not entirely sure. But either way, the race is going to happen. Apparently,
what is the normal layout?
The normal layout is Enduro Cross the first day. Well, first night.
Yeah. Oh, that's when it's like normally muddy.
Yeah. Well, the last year it rained and it was like a mud bath, and the actual race was at about 2 a.m. And then second day in the streets, which is pretty sick.
What's the one where Johnny Walker fell in the water?
That was that one, yeah, where they go across the water. So that's the second day, and then the third day is the main race. It's like the first 2 days are kind of qualifying for your start position because you go off in the final day one by one.
So they might only do the main race.
So no, I think there's possible it's only going to be 2 days, but I'm not entirely sure. It's just a rumor. How long have you been waiting to do that? How long have you had that on your mind for? What was the even topic? Yeah, so that's what's coming up in my next few weeks. I'm actually going racing. Nah, I think it's funny.
Right,
I'm not a little bitch like you. I can actually handle a bit of playground banter.
Here's a topic then for you. Well, question. It's a bit. I think I'm going to ask it in a different way. It's regarding money in the sports. Who makes more out of you and Tommy? But do you think there's more money in enduro or more money in motocross?
I think motocross.
I think enduro's getting there or coming better than ever.
Enduro's definitely growing, and it's grown a lot in the last few years. I think enduro's.
I think the problem with enduro is KTM just own it all.
Yeah, it's kind of run by kind of one dominant force. Although other teams are involved and stuff, it's not like motocross. You've got kind of manufacturers competing with each other for the best riders and stuff. I think at the very top, the money in motocross is definitely considerably more. And there's probably more depth of riders making money. But I think enduro is growing, and I think it's got a lot of potential to continue growing, especially now like the West Championship is FIM and stuff like that. So I think there's...
I think it's getting more popular. Like,
yeah, I think
obviously being friends with you, I'm more into enduro now, and I'll watch it.
Yeah, I think there's definitely definitely potential for more manufacturers to get involved, which in turn would mean like more Beta. Competition. Which like obviously Johnny's gone to Beta, which is an interesting move. I think it could definitely benefit the sport. So we'll see how it goes. But
Sherco are still in it, right?
Sherco are still in it. They've had Mario and Wade for quite a few years. They're kind of the main competition to the KTM group.
Who's your teammates this year? Because there's it's all a bit mishy-mash with Jarvis.
Really
how does that work?
Graham's got his own team, which everyone asks us why I'm not in it. I don't know. I didn't get the call up.
Graham's team.
Yeah. Did you get asked?
No.
Oh, he was thinking about asking. He was thinking about asking you.
Was he actually?
Yeah, no.
You and Graham are the same person.
Billy and Graham.
No, you and Graham.
No, because Billy says Graham never showers and Billy never showers.
No, but Graham's mechanic Damos said to me that
you are
quite
quite similar.
The same people. He said if you lock you two in a room together, it'd just be entertaining to watch.
Yeah, it must be something.
Funny.
Like Graham, he's like silent from the outside, which is a bit different to you, I suppose. But when you actually get him talking and get him wound up, get a bit of charge in him, he goes.
Tell me them stories you were telling me the other day about when you go on like R&D tests, what Graham gets up to.
He just disappears for hours. Like they'll be testing. Going off like ones that have been in the past, it will be testing something minute, like for like a production bike. I don't know, a brake lever or a seat height or something just irrelevant.
Right off the hours.
Something you need 10 minutes. Something you need 5 minutes to know if it's better or worse. Or like even if we're race testing or whatever, or like we're testing tyres or mousses, like Graham, right, quickly check this, Graham. Or I'll say that there's me, Graham and Alfredo testing in this one part, and we're there to try it each. Graham gets on his bike and he'll just disappear. You'll just hear a bike on the top of a mountain on the other side of the valley, and Graham will turn up like an hour and a half later, rit his bike off, mud guard will be snapped, levers will be snapped.
But he'll have a nice Instagram picture.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. You'll just disappear and you'll be checking for Instagram, and there'll be a story or there'll be a post of his bike parked on top of the mountain. Because you always know when you're testing, if he's got his backpack on, it's definitely not to carry water with him. It's because he's got his phone in his backpack, and there'll be an Instagram story or a post coming in the next 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, he's got 1 million followers.
He's doing. You can't fault him.
Yeah, he's bloody good at that.
You can't fault him. He's consistent, and he just goes for it. But yeah, there'll be times when it's like a 2-minute job. You need to just go, that's better or worse.
That's brilliant.
And he's just gone. You just hear a bike miles and miles and miles away, and Graham's decided he wants to go to the top of the mountain again.
Come back with no tyre left.
Comes back, yeah, tyres ripped to shreds. Oh, thanks, Graham. That was the one we all have to try. Bless him. But he's good. I actually really enjoy having him on a test. And then...
So is he your teammate now?
I'm not entirely sure if he's class. I know, like... I think he's not... And yeah, he's part of the team, and he is my teammate, but I think he's not an official... No, this year I think he is again. Last year, I don't think he was officially contracted or doing WES when it was still included in the faster races and stuff, but now WES is all extreme races again. I think he's back as being the full classes factor.
Oh, he's doing the full WES.
Yeah, he's doing the full championship as far as I know. So me, Graham and Alfredo, I'm not really too sure on the politics behind what's going on, because Graham's obviously...
so no one in your sports really moves other than Johnny?
Just Johnny at the minute. I think there's Michael Walkner is a new... Volkner. That was very good. You can tell you've had a bit of Austrian in your past. And no, I mean work wise. You might have worked with his dad. He used to work for KTM.
Yeah,
he still does. His dad's quite high up in KTM.
Isn't that the guy? Who's the guy that does Dakar now? He's Faulkner, isn't he? Is that his brother?
I don't think they're related, but it's the same name. But anyway, he's signed for Factory Gas. But he's quite a good rider.
So that's him and Taddy.
Him and Taddy are Factory Gas. Manny.
And then KTM's
just Manny, because Garcia is doing Enduro GP again. He's been released of extreme Enduro duty.
He's not an extreme fan.
No, I think he actually... I wouldn't say he enjoyed it.
Have they not called Extreme Nath back?
Nah, Extreme Nath has been released of duty as well, bless him. Although I think he does miss it.
That's quite good. I don't think he does miss it.
Nah, he misses it definitely. He tells us all the time.
I think he misses the crack.
I think, he enjoyed his few years of the crack.
He loves motocross, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's happy where he is.
It'd be good actually to watch him in quite a MXGP again.
Yeah, I think it'd be good to watch him and Ben battle as well.
No, good on him. I'm glad he's back in it.
Honestly, I think...
It's hard work what he's done to go back to motocross and back in a GP
back
ride.
Straight to the...
Yeah, it's good going.
He must have felt like he's learnt a bit though.
I think it will have helped him in some areas, but he's fully back on the grind now. He's
getting
on
to
full,
the start line. Sometimes we like...
lifting it onto the start.
Honestly, some of the starts, like... Say Arco de Trento, you come down through the tunnel. There's a massive drop, and there's like a couple of rocks to get into pit lane.
Fuck. Yeah, well, he'll be the fastest through that.
He's fully back on the program though. He's on flat out cycling, diet, nutrition. He's all in for this year. So I think, he's...
Oh, because I seen
he's
his
working
trainer.
hard.
He's training with Joel Rollins.
Yeah,
he's a good trainer.
Living in Belgium, fully on it.
So, both of you, who's been your toughest rival throughout your career?
Me, I've had loads. Obviously, the more head-to-head rival was the year with Hurlings that everyone would talk about. But I mean,
that's got to be your toughest head-to-head. head games.
Yeah,
mind
that sort of
games.
like the rival one year, but a lot of other years, obviously, I've not been winning, so there's been a lot of rivals. Like there's I don't know, 15 rivals. But then another year, the one-on-one was Jeffrey, and then another year there was one good year, wasn't it, with me, Tyler, and Caroli, till Caroli blew his knee out.
Yeah. That was a good year.
Yeah, that was a good year. And
what about you, Bill?
I'd actually say probably. I don't really have too many like close ones in enduro, but when I was riding trials, it was always between me and Jack Price. Like since we were 10 until I left trials, so that was pretty close to me. He won 80%, 90% of the time probably. I was good at winning for most of the trial and then blowing it on the last lap. I was very good at coming second, I think. I was probably the most secondest rider ever.
No, I've done quite a lot of seconds.
You've done quite a lot of seconds as well, actually, to be fair. We're good second.
You got some silver medals between you.
I've got plenty of silver medals.
Some of mine up there, I think.
Yeah, there is actually a few of yours in here.
There's a third I can
There's
see.
a big pot over there with a win.
I've lost a lot of my first ones.
So yeah, I would
sold
say
them more than likely. Sold them.
So I'd say Jack Price is my closest rival. He has actually
And in
started
Enduro, you got
Enduro.
a few, wouldn't you, really?
Yeah, and Enduro, I mean,
Enduro, you all seem to be mates rather than rivals.
yeah, we're all mates, but we're still like it still gets a bit. Super Enduro still gets a bit leery.
Yeah, Super Enduro, I would.
I'm not scared of smashing into each other. Me and Taddy, I would say Super Enduro when we're on the track, but it's pretty good. I think Taddy has quite a few rivals. I think he's had a few good run-ins in the past with people and got quite leery, but I think ours is quite a bit more respectful than what I've spectated from him in the past. So that's good. We race each other pretty hard, but always pretty fair. I'd say Taddy for Super Enduro, and then outdoors is pretty tricky because like there's that much else going on. It's difficult to have like a head-to-head race, but there's times like when
because you have to help them up.
Occasionally, that's where it gets weird. But like then there's also times where like someone will just dab the brakes a little bit when you like they'll get to the top of the hill and just be stuck, but they're not actually stuck, but you're actually coming up their arse, and then that really does make you stuck.
Fucking hell, that'd be awkward.
Yeah,
Is there any fans at that point?
No, it's just you and.
Oh my goodness, what happens in Enduro? I'm glad I'm not in that scene.
I've seen.
Sounds like a bit of you, Ed.
He doesn't realise what you said. He don't even realise what he said.
Why? What do you mean? I don't know. What have I missed?
Oh, don't worry. We'll carry on. Viewers are well.
You'll have to watch it back, Bill.
I definitely not watch it.
You said when you coming up the hill, you're coming up their arse.
Oh, why does it always get pulled back to that?
Oh, that's what he said.
No, you've
That's
gone,
you
we'll get to
again.
the top of the hill and I end up coming up their arse. I'm like, whoa.
You fucking
I
love
was
that
only
after your
saying
comments
sort of-
on the last one, weren't you?
I was only sort of saying, like, sometimes you help
The
each other.
bumming,
You're like, yeah, we all get right into it up the hills.
fucking idiot. This is a good podcast, man. I'm enjoying myself. This is a good.
If you wasn't riding Honda, Tommy, would you be on the same as Bill?
No, not necessarily. I wouldn't care what bike I'm on.
What do you mean? Same as Bill.
I don't know. Probably a Husqvarna, they mean.
Oh, no. I'd just stay on Honda forever. What?
No, nothing.
Would you ride
ever-
Husqvarna if you weren't sponsored by
Have
them?
you ever bought your own bike?
Yeah, they're one behind me.
You actually paid for that. Only
Yeah, I
because you
actually
thought
paid
you
for
could
that.
make a profit afterwards.
Hopefully a
I'll
little
tell you a good story about him buying a bike.
Kawasaki I bought a bike.
No. What about the 3 KTMs that we bought when you rode for KTM?
Yeah, you stung me on them.
No. Have I told you this story?
Not sure. I feel
No,
like
because you
might
never ever, still to this day, let me get my point across to the story.
I'll start and then you can...
You start, but then don't interrupt me.
I won't
so
interrupt
the
you.
viewers
Don't-
can
you
get
don't
the real.
interrupt me then.
No, I won't. Go on.
So, Tommy rode for factory KTM, and I said to him, "Can you please order me a 250 enduro bike, a 350 motocross bike?" And he wanted to buy his brother a 125 motocross bike. So then he rang up, got the price, come back, told me that both my bikes were going to cost something like £14,000, and I said, "Oh, don't worry about it. That's like retail price. I thought you were going to get me a deal." Then he went, "Oh no, wait, 13,000." I went, "Still too dear. Don't worry about it. I'll get them from somewhere else." No, I've ordered them now. Can't back out. Then he rings me and goes, "Oh, they're at KTM UK in Brackley. You got to go pick them up." I'm like, "Well, fucking hell, what do I owe you?" Anyway, go down there, pick him up, get the thing, bring the bike back. Still not paid him. Still don't know what I owe for him. Pull him in the garage and say, right, come on, what do I owe you? He pulls up his computer and he's got all of the things written down in euros, mind, and cheaper. He was trying to shaft me, so I paid for his brother's bike. I was paying for all three.
No. Now let me
we was fighting. We was grabbing the laptop off each other.
Not
so in
remotely
the end,
surprised.
He see the invoice for the bike. So what I said was this was my side of the story. So anyway, he ended up having a bike so cheap because he had seen the invoice. So in the end, he give me the money for his bike, which I paid, which is fair enough. But then in the story,
you weren't allowed to buy the Enduro bike.
No,
the Enduro bike had to be in your name. That's the way it came cheap.
No.
Because
it's not the way it come back. Yeah, that. But KTM said to me, right, we can give you one really cheap, like for like $2,500 for an Enduro bike or something. And I was like, well, that's cheap. But then we can give
I don't know if you can say the price.
Well, it probably wasn't $2,500.
Probably I'll get rid of that bit as well.
No, that was just like, you don't have to get rid of it. That was just for instance. But the other two were only a little bit cheap. So then I said, obviously being...
You just
using common sense,
dodgy maths going on to work
using
out
common sense. I got the most expensive bike, the cheapest, to get the most knocked off of it. Because they says you can have one at like 70% off. The other two we can give you 20% off because one's your bike. So I said, okay, the Enduro's my bike. Let's get the most money off of that. So then my little brother's bike, I ended up getting the least discount on because it was the cheapest. So I said, get the least on that one.
Yeah, but still don't butter up the fact you tried to make me pay for all three.
No, so in the end, I could have got my little brother's bike for like £1,500, but I paid almost full price, where Ed's bike I got for the cheapest. So then I ended up hardly getting any discount on my brother's bike that I had to pay, and Ed had all the discount on the both two bikes. So it ended up, I got no discount on the bikes. And then like 3 years later, he sold them he made money on the bike.
I've done a Romania on it, still made money.
I thought it was that one.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, exactly. So I got stung.
Well, thank you.
I was trying to sting you a little bit, but it backfired.
You was trying to sting me big time. You was trying to sting me for a 125 KTM. I thought we were mates. That's going back to our question. If we ever fell out, we fell out.
Nah, barely. No, I wouldn't fell out over that.
No, but I thought you was a prick.
Yeah, but it's all right. Carry on.
We've got to find you another question now. Need a hand with tiling my bathroom next week if anyone wants any work for cash. Do you want to help him?
Yeah, I do like a bit of cash. Tell me I'll be there.
You've had a new barbecue fitted.
Yeah, no.
When can we come round?
I've had a little built-in grill. It's nice actually. Did you? No,
I had a FaceTime tour.
Yeah, I FaceTimed, didn't I? Cut some pizzas the other day. It was good.
This is another popular question. This is they want to see Tommy ride a trials bike, and
I've seen that actually a lot. Tommy ride a trials bike.
But more so you as well. They want to see a trials vlog.
There's videos on YouTube showing me ride a trials bike. I don't need to ride one.
I want to see you in the old Leica again.
I can't find any of my old suits actually. I've actually had a look once or twice, not recently, but since I've changed that.
I reckon a leopard skin Lycra suit because you like the old Tiger suit.
We could get some cool ones now. I've got a bit of coolness in my life. We could knock some cool back into trials if I went back.
I don't enjoy trials, so I doubt they see that in the blog.
So tell us about the cool gear we designed you that's not made.
Yeah, did you ever see Man and Ed's gear mock-ups? Which
with the pink sort of leopard.
The pink. No, it was salmon and zebra. That was one of the.
That would have been so.
Salmon and zebra was fucking gangster. But sadly they didn't get approved by we did like 6 mock-ups, 5 of them which were unbelievably good, and then one which was kind of like a safe bet which we didn't really like, and then the only one out of the 6 I got approved was the safe bet. So
you didn't even bother getting it made.
Nah, it wasn't that cool.
Obviously, it's good though. Anyway,
the other ones were so fucking good though.
They were.
If any gear companies out there would like to buy the designs,
get involved.
We can or pay me in it.
I doubt they will.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to sell it. I doubt nothing come from.
We'll have to go to that one in America where you can design.
But it's trick because you always get to wear. Look, I like about you is every time I watch you ride, it's sort of your gear's just mint.
Sure.
Same every time.
Thanks.
Does it get exciting pulling that same set of gear on every time?
Yeah, but
when you open the kit bag and you just think, oh, what colour? Last year.
When you're packing it, do you think, ooh?
Last year I had a choice of 2 colours actually.
Oh, did you?
Did you not notice?
You used to wear blue on the KTM always.
Yeah, no, on factory KTM you always used to have to wear the same gear.
In 07.
One time I got deducted money because I wore grey gear at Sheffield Supercross.
Oh, I remember that. And you had a glittery number 2 on the back.
They weren't happy.
I've still got that jersey.
Yeah, it's cool, but they didn't like it. They don't like that sort of thing, do they?
No, very, very strict at the top.
At the bottom, where I am now, you just wear whatever you want.
You what?
Where I am now, you just wear whatever you want.
Yeah, you can just do it. I've seen you posting in hoodies and fucking all sorts going on. There's
I'm
no
pretty
standards.
good now. There is standards. Dave's on me.
No, I've actually noticed
Hard
for
on
a
me.
British Championship team, to be fair, it's a very professional
very
operation.
professional.
I'm impressed by what I've seen from the outside.
Come
Talk
riding
us,
yesterday.
talk us through
Professional
the
operation.
Acropovic pipes now then, Tommy.
He's got no idea.
I have.
No, he's actually got no
'Cause I've
pipes. They're both broke. You blew a hole in one and Jake Nichols bent one.
You can't really say that.
Well,
I
they're-
put so many hours on it, though,
They're
beforehand.
the prototype. Of course you can say it.
All right, well, you said it anyway now.
Oh, tell
But
the truth.
so I tested pipes anyway because everything's late coming into the year. So the Acro was the latest one in. I don't think you can still buy them yet, but they will be out soon, and it is the best one. But we was just waiting, so we was trying other pipes, and we're sponsored by Acro, so we've just had to wait really. But it is the best pipe anyway, so I'm glad we waited for that, and that was always been the plan. But there may have been a point where we had to use something else to race. And I think the Yoshimura and Acro are bought in by the same company to the UK, if I'm correct. And that's why I put the Yoshimura on the bike.
I'm not sure.
But the Acro, and on the pipe wise, people have asked me, because I've done the video, which pipe's better. So I'll say anyway. Yoshimura is a lot smoother. Like, it doesn't change the power hugely on the bike. It's sort of real smooth power, smoothens out the standard power, where the Akrapovic, how do you really say it? Akrapovic?
I'm not really sure. I think it's
Akrapovic.
Just say
Akrapovic.
Yeah, where the
Slovenian in it,
yeah,
so they
where
do a bit
the where the Akrapovic is actually a lot faster, so it makes the bike a little bit more aggressive, and has more speed to it. So I would say if you want a bike with more power and you want to get more power out of the pipe, you'd go Akrapovic. And for looks, I prefer the Akrapovic. It's nice. It's a lot lighter because it's all titanium, isn't it?
They do look.
And then if you want just a smoother pipe, the Yoshi's good, but it's a little bit heavier than the Akrapovic. But I think you pay for the price of the Acro, don't you?
I'm not sure.
They
I've
do,
got to
don't they?
admit,
Anything
Akrapovic. I just know that
It's the best, isn't it? Akrapovic, really.
Johnny had a full set of Acro pipes for a
I've seen
BMW
them.
M3. He used to
That was
post
cool.
about it every
They
week.
do some cool shit. I've seen like championship
Yeah, I've
exhausts and
seen,
stuff.
like,
It's pretty
I think
cool.
Hurlin's had it on a...
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah, the
did
Corsa.
I've seen a few gold ones and stuff.
Corsa.
The what? Corsa.
No,
That's what he drives, isn't it? A Corsa?
1.8.
Not Astra now, I think.
I don't know.
After he won the last championship, he got an Astra.
I just see it when he opens up the door. It's a neon lights underneath.
I don't know. Do any of you have OCD issues where you have a set routine of doing things before?
No.
No, that's stupid. I don't understand the point of that.
What? You don't want to touch the foot peg like Rossi or any of that?
No.
No,
Because then if you forget it one time,
I was going to say
it's just
that's
no
a
win,
little, that's a little bit different. But I mean, like getting changed in a certain order or eating doing like a certain thing in the
I
morning.
think it's sometimes good to have a routine before you start. So you're like, okay, in motocross you start
Your
every time
routine's
at 1
changed.
o'clock.
Your routine, your warm up routine now.
Yeah, I'm
Never
getting
used to do
older. I
that.
have to
We
warm
do-
up so much
we
more.
do skipping and we do elastic
Nah.
band exercises both on the same day. We used to alternate, didn't you? Do one day one day off for skipping.
Oh.
To be fair, I've had a bad back recently and I've had to do a lot more stretching before I run.
Honestly, when you get older, it just...
I'm hopefully
And with
nearing
my shoulder, I feel
nearing
like I
the end.
really need to warm up. No, I'm not going to go into it because you're just taking a piss.
You've just
not.
been for a massage and a bit of therapy, haven't you?
I've coached this morning from...
Oh, here we go. Grinding.
9 to-
Grinding like
Grind.
Nigel Houston.
Grind, mate.
Grinding.
Life's a grind at the minute. I've done 4 hours coaching now. I've got a massage. And then I've come here.
Yeah, the
Non-stop, mate.
massage
Burning
is
the
normally
candle
a
at
bit.
both ends, like I said.
It's a big grind.
Lucky your missus makes candles. Do you want to plug that?
Blush box.
Candles?
No, it's just changed the name actually. Blush candles. Good candles. Smell good. Make the room
Right,
smell
great,
nice.
great candles.
Good
light.
candles. Light
Great
them
candles.
anyway.
Can
Light up
make the
anything.
room- Great candles, light them anywhere, make the room smell of anything. You can design your flavours.
Just great candles. Light up anything.
Yeah. No, candlelight these days, they don't use it for candlelight, do they? It's more of the scent. The women like the scent. She done had a good one the other way. It
I
smelled
enjoy
nice.
candle. to be fair, I rate them.
Her ones.
No, but I've never actually had to go on her ones.
They're good.
She's actually fucking good at it.
We'll get one on the desk.
Yeah, we could have one for next time. Eh?
We'll turn all the lights
nice
off.
little scent, nice little bit of scent. What kind of scents do they do?
Do they do petrol like last week?
Oh. What did you do? It stunk of two-stroke.
No, you
Well,
knocked
I've been
the
riding my
can over
trials
in the
bike.
corner.
Yeah, I know, last week, but this week smelled like
Ed,
two-stroke.
I've just
Ed
been
had
riding
just
my
looped that. Ed looped his trials back out clean in front of
I was
us.
so...
Straight
I
looped out,
looped
like-
it out and Billy just filmed the time before.
I
trying to take the piss.
just stopped recording and he looked
Crashes
out.
it all
He
the
didn't
time.
even get time to put his hands out to go hands first. It was just straight spine to ground. Like,
Yeah, it was good.
spinal. Just spinal impact.
It was good. But the back fender didn't break, so I'm happy.
That's good.
I normally
It
snap
breaks
them.
out Charles back a lot, to be fair.
Yeah, it's hanging. Don't ever buy that off me. In fact, no, I'll cut it. It's great. I look after
Yeah,
it.
because in a couple of weeks it'll be for sale.
Um,
I think we need a guest on one of the next ones.
Yeah, I think.
And we can also do
Well, why don't-
call-ins.
why
I think
don't-
call-ins are quite good.
should we call Alex Lowe's now?
No,
is that preempted?
not today. Like we need to do that.
Nah, I
another
think we
time.
should randomly call. Who could we
I'll
randomly call?
ring him right now. Let's get him on. Bluetooth him up.
This is technical.
We can cut this
we
anyway,
had a
it's
test
bad.
one of this. We did it with me once, didn't we? The calling.
Let's see if I can get this.
Ask him how much training he's done today, just randomly. How many calories he's burned.
Are we going to tell him he's on the...
I think it'd be get more funny to call like Graham.
It's loud in my ears. Is it loud in yours?
We'll ask him if he wants
He's
to.
probably training now.
It's probably on Zwift.
Yeah, it'd be-
7 o'clock. Yeah, still be training.
don't think it's happening. Any backup plans?
Nope.
I think the call's a bit much. I think instead of us calling
tried
people, I think we need people to call in. I mean, we have questions, which is
Same
sort of the
thing.
same
And you
thing.
have to give your number out.
No, in fact, do
get
you know
a-
what people can do?
Gift gap.
We need to get a burner phone.
No. Listen, this is what people
Nokia
Gift gap,
3310.
people can do it if they go on the Anchor website, which is linked to in our description, and
Can we
make
leave
an
voice
account.
notes?
They can leave voice notes.
Oh,
and we can
that'd
play
actually
the
be
voice
good.
notes.
That would
back.
be really good. Do that for next time.
Yeah, so
Right, I'll write that in the description. as
Download
well.
Anchor.
No. You just have to go to Anchor,
Oh.
2pro1, anchor.co or dot something /2pro1 slow. Click message us, and then it'll say, it might make you make an account, and then you can send us a voice note, and we can
That'd be quite
plug
good.
them into this and play a few.
yeah, I
back.
think it breaks it up a little bit, like on Pulp or something when someone calls in. Doesn't
Yeah,
it?
but they're live as well. They're a bit more advanced. They're kind of 600
I
shows
think we
ahead
could
of
do
us.
a live one. I was speaking to the guy from MX Nationals yesterday, and he listened to the podcast because I talked about MX Nationals.
Everyone
last
listens to
time,
a
didn't
podcast, don't they?
Have you got the rules changed now?
I think
they? No, that's what I said to him. And he said, then he got, because it's Elliot, the kid yesterday, he actually helped a little bit with my vlog. Neil Irwin, is it? Who runs the MX Nationals? I think so. Neil Irwin. It's definitely Neil, but I think his second name's Owen. And anyway, he says he listened to it, and I didn't say anything bad.
Alex
He says-
Lowe.
That just cut me off then.
Hello?
That went well.
Hang on. Hello?
You're doing vlogging?
You're live on Channel 4. Don't say fuck or bugger.
Can he hear me
I
as well?
We've
I
just
don't swear anyway.
we've called you up. We're on the podcast now. And we just want to know if you want to come on as a guest in one episode.
Yeah. I'll come on and have it. Who am I? I haven't got to go on with Sam, have I?
No, we'll just squeeze you on this
No,
table.
We'll do you one at a time just to avoid any drama.
And for the mix up.
Who's the better podcaster?
Is that all right?
Yeah.
What
No
have you been
worries.
doing today?
Just
Someone
been,
asked me a question earlier, and they said, "Who's one of the fittest person you've trained with?" So I said Alex Lowe. So what sort of? Let's just give you a rundown of what training you've done today, because I know you sort of keep it on the down
He's
low a little bit
been Zwifting.
lately. What's been the training plan for you today?
I've been sat on the sofa watching the golf.
No, really, come on.
I did a 2.5 hours of cardio this morning and then some rehab on my shoulder this afternoon for an hour with the physio.
What else?
So
Come
some
on.
exercises and that. No, I've not done much else actually.
Was it a
Well,
Zwift
actually been
cycle or
clean-
just with Kirk?
No, it was on Zwift.
2.5 hours on Zwift.
2.5 hours on Swift, just pounding away in the room.
Yeah. Yeah, you're on form.
Right, well, we're going to get back to it, Albert. We just wanted to make sure that you're in it for the next one.
I'm in, lads. Don't worry about it. I'm
Right.
in.
I'll catch you. I'll ring you later.
Cheers, boys.
Bye.
But
Go on
that
then.
was good. I think that went well.
Back to your MX National story.
No, that was good with Al. I told you he's fit and he trains like a machine. But MX Nationals, no, he just says he listened to it. And my feedback before was instead of doing the 220s Saturday and the 225s plus 2 laps on Sunday, do something a bit more new, like be a bit different. And he took it on board. He said, I don't think he's going to change it, but he took it on board.
He said, yeah, thanks for your feedback, but if you could post that in the nearest bin over there, that would be brand new.
Just stick it in my pigeonhole.
So it's not changed?
I don't know, really. But he just says it wasn't. I was like, I didn't slag you off on there, did I? Because I can't remember what I said. And he was like, no, he took it well. And then...
Yeah, I don't think you crossed the line. I don't think you even went close. You just voiced your opinion.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to do something different on a Saturday rather than
See,
just
now
bang
if
it
you
road.
was a 16-year-old, you'd have probably gone, wicked, we get to race 4 times.
Yeah, because... I just would have. Wouldn't have even fazed me. But it's hard graft nowadays.
Bit of hard graft.
You need, if they restructured your bonus per moto, I'm sure it would change your opinion.
Yeah, it would actually. If they says you'd get...
What about some
Same
start
moat.
money?
Yeah, well, then you're doing it for... Well, nah. No, I still wouldn't want to do 2 both days. Bit much, innit? When I raced last year at the MX Nationals at Hawkstone Park, I was hanging on Monday. To think I'm going to go back and race on Monday, I'd have been like, oh, I'm sore. Would you agree or not? You was hanging because you got run over like 5 times.
I had a very, very stiff neck after my someone's bottom
Took
of
a
the
WP
fork,
fork
one of the
to the-
fork stanchion went through my helmet. Yes.
What talk us about your new helmet, actually. You got a new Aero.
The new Aero is out. I have one. I'm very impressed, actually. I wasn't overly keen. That was a good plug, actually, because we cut that out of the vlog when I was talking about it because it was a bit too much waffle. But upon seeing images and stuff, and I wasn't overly sold on it. Well, I was a bit on the fence of what it was going to be, but I'm most impressed with the comfort. Actually, it was. I didn't think the other one was bad, but it's actually a very, very big step forward. I'm very happy with the new Aero. If anyone was running, funny you mentioned that. Someone literally sent us a message on Instagram 2 days ago. I didn't actually answer him, so if he listens to this, this is your answer. But I'm most impressed.
You don't
with
answer
him.
anyone, so
I don't answer many requests, to be fair.
You're scrolling in the deep normally, aren't you?
Yeah, you're flat out. Your top will be like 9 o'clock at 9:30 at night. Tommy's convinced he's so busy and he's flat out, and then he'll screenshot a conversation where he's 42 messages deep with this guy just talking about his kid's setup on his 65 or what.
Sometimes
or
I
what
just
his
reply
brother
and then
needs to
before I
eat
know it,
before
I'm
a
like-
race. And he's convincing him that he's so busy, but he's spent 2 hours.
I was meant to do a shout out to someone today. Actually, he reminded me twice, yesterday and today.
Go on then.
No, not on the podcast. I meant to wish him a happy birthday.
Cameo.
No,
I did Cameo. If anyone would like a birthday message, you
How
can
much
get
do you
at me on
charge for
Cameo. I can't remember. All I know is I'm cheaper than Johnny. That was what my pricing strategy when I thought undercut him.
What's that? You can't be more than a $5.
No, I thought, didn't you cock the app up and it wouldn't let you change it?
No,
And for 1 point, it's like 25 quid or something.
I think it's $20, but it depends.
$20.
It depends if they book it off the app or if they book it off the internet. If they book it off the internet, they take less of a cut. So if you're going to book one, I get more money. So don't use the app. Just use Safari. It hasn't really took off. I think I've done 3.
They asked me years ago.
I didn't want to. I'm not like promoting it on Instagram, but I do get a lot of messages asking for them, and it's hard to like.
Yeah, it's hard.
Do
on
it for
Instagram,
one
yeah.
and not do for other, and like you.
Now I've got more than before.
So I don't tend to do them on Instagram just because it's hard to. I don't want to be unfair. So
Well, that's why it's better to have that platform. And
Yeah, exactly,
It's there
like-
if you want it. If not, don't
like
worry.
it's not that much. I think it's like $20. It works out as like £13 or something. I think I've only done 3 so far, so I'm not actually. It's not changing the world. But
No, that's why I didn't do it.
Same with the Patreon page. That's there if they want it. But
is that set up on this? I don't even know.
it's set up
Have you
under.
had anyone give a Patreon?
Yeah, there's some
He
general
He
support.
hasn't told about.
There's a
He
general
hasn't
support
told
the
us
show.
about that. Have you seen
it.
any profits from that? No. Is
No.
you having that one for yourself, Ed?
They pay at the end of the month. It's only been going a month.
Oh, okay.
But there's some general support ones where they're like, you just support the show. There's one where
No, what I think we should do is
pair of kicks when you join up.
I think we should do a few more vlogs of just rather than my vlog or Tommy's vlog where it's like about us just like on a random day when we're here riding or whatever. I think just some randomness rather than be aimed towards one or the other. Or just get our head to video, just randomness of what's going on. And put that on there, and then
and then heads or tails for whose channel it goes.
No, put it on the Patreon. Just Patreons only.
Oh right, we'll do that then. Make a Patreons only vlog
for this channel. Like the 2 Pro 1 Slow channel. I had that thought while I was driving down today, actually.
Someone else said instead of YouTubing the whole thing, we should just do clips like Matey does.
Yeah, but he does the whole thing as well. Oh, I think he might have stopped, actually. I listened to his...
Gypsy Searle, I don't think he does whole things.
No, he doesn't anymore.
Yeah, but we got to cut the clips. I'll do a few clips on Instagram.
The thing is, we get a lot of views through the whole video.
Yeah, we're just starting.
Yeah.
I think for now we're just cracking.
I always think if you just put it on there, it's there if they want it. If they don't want to watch it, skip through it.
If they don't want to watch it, skip it.
Yeah, but then they don't know where to skip into in the moments. Whereas if you do highlights, they can choose to watch that one subject.
Yeah,
a lot of it's waffle.
I agree. It is better. Clips would be better, but obviously,
because sometimes I watch the clips of that and I think he's like clickbait the title, didn't they?
But he's
considerably
bigger, and he's also probably making considerably more money out of just doing clips. Like once it's actually
and probably got an editor.
No, he does it himself. I listened to AJ Zero's thingy with him, and he does the editing himself.
He always talks to.
I listened to that. What did you reckon to it?
Oh, it was all right. No, he edits the clips himself.
Oh, well.
He says on there he does anyway. He's got another guy who helps him. I forgot what he does, but he said he edits the majority of the clips himself.
Well,
on there.
Once Tommy learns how to use Final Cut, he can edit the podcast.
Yeah, he'll do that for you, won't Tommy? You've got plenty of time.
It's actually really easy now because you don't have to sync anything. You just got to sync the sound.
I'm going to try and start editing stuff, though. Generally am.
My first movie on iMovie.
No, I've got an iMovie stuff.
You actually you edit some stuff on your phone for your Instagram.
Yeah, I'm not a complete knob.
Right, we've done an hour and 40. Do you
That's
reckon
enough. I want to go now. Honestly,
I'm time of my life. It's quite late actually. I've just took a glance at your phone.
7.
Let's do this giveaway then. Let's decide what we're giving away. Do you want to give away?
What's the choice?
Do you want to give away a gazebo, some mats, custom engraved?
Let's go
cover.
Big straight away. Titanium engine bolt kit. If I see that.
No.
Do you reckon?
Nah, make them come back next episode for that.
Oh yeah,
we'll go for a gazebo.
I think a gazebo is a nice
Top
thing.
of the list. We'll go for a gazebo.
Right, gazebo then. So basically, what you've got to do is, are we going to say comment on this video?
Comment on
the YouTube
the
video.
YouTube channel of this podcast.
Anything. Hello, bye, good. A comment.
Any
Just
comment.
any
sort of some construction. If you just put a full stop, you're not going to win it.
No, I just think anything.
If you comment the link to my latest vlog, just copy and paste the link.
my vlog.
No, because it's quite
if
good
you
to
comment
read
on
the
my
comments.
vlog, you get to win this.
No, not your vlog.
Ed stinks. Comment that.
No, don't write that. Just write anything you want on this YouTube link video.
So if you're listening to this in your car,
Yeah.
to enter the vlog, to enter the competition, you're going to have to go on YouTube. Whenever you finish driving or whatever you're doing, go on the YouTube video, which I'm sure you'll find if you look on any of us, whatever. It's not difficult to find things these days. If people are still struggling to find stuff these days, then they need to get with times. What are you doing?
I'm just going to check my views quick.
Checking the last 28 days as ad revenue.
No, wait. I can give you an update.
Fucking hell. 800.
No, that's wrong.
Also, as well, if you're
1,600 views.
I'm going to just do
in an hour.
A bit more plugging here, Tommy, if you don't mind.
Not many comments. Go on, plug away.
So if there's anything you do want off the Factory Image Racing website as well, if you use the code 2Pro1Slow, you get 30% off your order as well.
What's the Factory Image Racing Instagram page? So if anyone wants to thank them for sponsoring us, if anyone wants to thank them for like allowing us to make more content, you can go and comment on their post. Just say thanks from Billy and Ed and Tom.
That is I'm glad
you
Racing.
Asked. I'm glad you asked. It's at Factory Image Racing.
At Factory Image Racing. That wasn't even a preempt question either. I just thought I'd add it in there.
Yeah, no, they're big on getting their Instagram going.
Yeah, we'll probably do some more competitions on their Instagram. There's all sorts going on. They've got on board, to be fair. We've got a few episodes in the bag thanks to them.
So what we're going to do to pick that winner is probably, I'll write it in the description just to be sure. But yeah.
Give them a week, I reckon.
Give them a week, yeah. And then
week from the release date.
We'll announce it on the 2 Pro 1 Slow Instagram.
Slowly on
Yeah,
these.
I was going to say it's the slow
Maybe
burners.
even more. I would say give it 10 days because it's a slow burner, the pod view.
Nah, okay.
10 days.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, okay, we'll do
People
this
don't
on
have
10
time
days,
all the time.
but
It's a long old show.
the next one will only be a week. So
10 days, and we're going to announce the winner after we've selected the comment on the 2 Pro 1 Slow Instagram page.
Yes, so if you
So follow that.
follow that to know if you've won or not.
Lovely. Anything else to add?
What's for tea?
I don't know. What is for tea?
Fucking hungry now.
You had enough?
Yeah, I'm knackered.
You need another energy drink. You come with all the energy. We started talking about your dad. You was really getting into
He's
it. And
down
now
you need a pick me up.
I'm generally knackered.
Did you?
Right.
Well, before we go, I've got a topic I'd like to bring up. You've been right. So we went riding last weekend.
I didn't.
Neither Ed nor Tommy turned up with any petrol. I turned up with a full can.
I actually texted you saying I didn't. And you said, don't worry, I've got some.
Well.
They then both used it, removed it from my van.
Don't blag
I
Tommy
don't know.
with the same brush.
I don't know who it was. I didn't witness
It was
this.
me because I was.
So one of them removed it from. It was next to my van, right next to my van where
Which
my
is
bike
where I
stand
filled
was.
it up from.
One of them removed it from this location to a
Can you
completely.
stop saying one of them? You know which one it
It
was.
was me. Everything was me.
I didn't put it back there. I've a little bit my fault. I've loaded up and not thought I need the petrol can, but I'm going to say 90% of the blame is on Tommy for moving it.
Still outside my bifold door. It's not even in the garage.
So you have picked it up from the truck.
Yeah, I always had it. I've had it all week.
He's been using the fuel.
There's no fuel left in it. I promise you that. It's generally not. I've used the last
Okay, but
little
the
bit.
point of the story is it still hasn't been returned a week on.
Matey brought it back to me from the.
So
Sam
he
from
actually
the
brought
track.
it to
yeah,
you.
That
You made him take
1
it to
hour
you.
later. No, he just turned up at the house with it and says because it was on his way home. He says you forgot this. I said, "Oh, Billy's."
So is this likely to be? It's actually just Stan's can. To be fair, that.
So if you could pack that
Honestly,
tomorrow for your day
I
out
would've bought
riding
it
your
now, I
Enduro.
just
if
didn't
you
even
could fit
think.
that in tomorrow, to return it, it would be helpful for my trip away.
Oh, you want it?
Well, I kind of need it to put fuel in.
I've got some if not.
No, I want that one. It's a good one.
Yeah, it's
Nah,
like brand new.
It was brand new.
I've got my own can. I don't need yours anyway.
Yeah,
I'm
now
not
it's-
like
now it's
trying to
empty.
steal it. I've used the fuel, but honestly, I'll give it back. I'm not sorry. I just want to go home now.
That's another cut. We need to just cut that one. Like, I just want to go home now and just make him look like a moaning little bitch.
Should we wrap
Come
it up?
on, stop swearing.
No, keep going, Ed. What else do you want to talk about?
I'm going to leave. Honestly, I'm done. I'm not good.
This is the real Tommy.
Yeah, here he is. He's coming out now.
Right. We'll catch you next time. Probably be a long break
Thank
because
you.
he's
Yeah, we could do
going away.
we could do a call in if it, I don't know how long I'm going away for, but if it gets too long, we could do a call in with me, couldn't we? I could prop a camera up and we could have like me in the corner.
Waffling on.
Right. We'll see you later.
See you in a bit.
Cheers.